Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think it's gonna be fun?
It's always a good time casting with with my good friend Akato.
You sound so convinced when you say it, you know? It really makes me feel good about myself.
I mean, lifted a bed for you, a couple of times yesterday. So
Oh no.
my wife is
Are you okay?
shaving it, um, so there's a lot of things happening.
Sorry, shaving it?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I don't know that this is great while we're live to the whole world,
Oh yeah,
but
no, we don't. Wait.
um, but also like yeah, it has like a little razor is shaving off parts of the bed just to make it more comfy.
Huh, I've never heard of that.
What are you yelling at me? To get the what are you calling them? Lint petals. Lint petals? Like when your clothes will sometimes like ball up a little. There's those on the bed. She's shaving them essentially. It's like a razor
Gotcha.
for men. It's very strange. Um,
That sounds cool. I've never heard of that, but it sounds poggin. Which game are we starting with?
the LRS game because I told them 6.
LRS game. Is that the one that's not labeled?
Oh, the RotM game. Sorry. Yeah, they didn't label. It's 946 is game 1.
Okay.
Who else is on this team? Uh, no, not that one. There's one person. Cardinals. Cardinals. Okay. I
Hey,
feel a
again,
little
forget about
bad.
the Blake Cardinals like that.
I feel a little bad because like we're just gonna be shitting on this organization for a while, but like, you know, they deserve it.
Yeah?
They played our boys.
I'm confused. Which organization are we shooting on?
So the RotM team played Team Gap Red, and Cosmic Flow played against Team Gap Blue.
Well, Pog.
So we're just gonna shit on this organization who has a really terrible logo structure. So,
What do you dislike about their logo structure?
uh, so you know how a lot of them are like squares or rectangles that are like taller than they are wide?
Sure.
Well, what if we made like almost a perfectly square logo, but then the PNG that you get is just a wide boy, so that you can't actually put it anywhere without it looking stupid.
Hmm. That sounds annoying.
So if they just, cut the blank shit off of the sides, it'd be a lot easier to work with, but they didn't. So instead, um, it just is off center and everything that I have put it on.
Were you able to cut the blank shit off the sides?
No,
or-
I'm not going to do that for them. Do I look like a photo editor?
I have seen your photo edits, and I know that you are extremely good at it.
Oh, I can't do
That
it.
said, I don't think it's your job to
Yeah,
do so.
I can't really do it in PowerPoint. Like I maybe could, but it'd lose the PNG status, so I
Uh-huh.
can't do it. I'm trying to send you something. What is it? It's the drafts. It's the drafts. Those are in order, assuming they came through in the same order. That is to say that there's a Sejuani in game 1, and I don't know why.
But she's OP.
Is she?
What do you mean? I mean, she's aggressively fine.
Is she even
I,
that?
uh, yeah, I mean, she's fine, isn't she?
I'm looking this up.
There's no way. So, like, even if we look at her win rate on ladder, and it's lower than we otherwise might assume that
Oh,
a win rate would be.
no, she's like aggressively a okay pick. Yeah, no, that's fair. She's
What's
got a
her win rate look like?
she's got a 51.45%, which is good for 32nd out of 58 jumpers.
That's
So like
aggressively fine.
that's aggressively fine, which means in competitive play it's probably like yeah.
I mean, it's the Sejuani buff, right? Where you don't really have anything else to pick, and she has CC, so fuck it.
So I could play a real champion like Ivern, but instead go for the higher eco Ivern.
I heard Avern's dog shit now.
Is Ivern
Since they
dog
changed
shit?
Smite, he just Daisy just gets one shot by Smite now.
Ivern has a 0.1% higher win rate than Sejuani, which is good for 24 out of 58. So he's top half and she's bottom half.
Well, when
That's
you
all
put
I'm
it like
saying.
that, I have changed my mind.
He's not like, 55% win rate for no reason. I also have no idea how my mic sounds.
Your mic sounds fine to me.
Okay. Well, I sound echoey to myself because I'm in this corner, but I don't know how or if it translates.
Well, maybe you'll have to put like the foam on the wall if you're in the corner, so it doesn't echo.
I probably will eventually when I have money ever again, which I won't because I just bought a house. So
Imagine having money. It's overrated, honestly.
need that sick rent money to start coming through. Anyway, I sent you the drafts if you want to take a look at the first one.
Yep, I
Also,
have it open.
did you watch that video of the raccoon that I sent you? Because
I did the grapes.
that's easily
It's very
I'm
cute.
I'm gonna play it on stream. Like it's easily the most adorable thing that I've ever seen. God. Oh, it just auto download. That's kind of creepy. I don't know how I feel about that. I didn't think it would do that on my computer. Okay, you all look at this fucking raccoon. Oh, it's called Cute Raccoon MP4. Oh, the raccoon is loud. Why is the raccoon loud? Oh, well, my bad. I didn't realize that he was gonna be loud. But yeah,
Are you sure that he wasn't talking about you?
no, I just saw the sound bar just jump up for no reason. I didn't even realize it had sound with it. Yeah. There we go. Okay, I've played this raccoon video twice on stream, so I'm satisfied. Anyway, do you want to look at the draft?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather look at raccoons eating grapes, but if we have to, I guess.
Honestly, fair. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the RotM review. This is week 4? Week 3? I think it's week 3.
I think it's more like week 60.
That's
RotM
probably
review?
true. It's week 3. So we've got the ROTM team taking on Team Gap Red. Yeah, this is the draft. You can see Team Gap Red's logo is way wider than it is tall,
Yeah.
so it's just completely fucking off center, and I can't do anything about it.
It is aggressively off center. I see why you would mention it.
So yeah, looking at the draft, I hate Sejuani, but we've already covered that. What were you thinking about this draft?
It's weird that Sejuani got picked when there aren't a whole lot of junglers that got banned or picked, right? Like,
Yeah,
I guess Diana and Morgana, but it feels like there's, a whole slew of other junglers still
yeah.
available. But,
Diana, Morgana, Rumble are gone, and
oh,
then
Rumble as
they
well.
pick Kindred. So like you have your choice of pretty much any of the old meta. Like Udyr isn't picked.
Mhm.
If you can play Sejuani, you can probably play Udyr. Like those are
I
those
feel
are
like
not complicated champions, but Udyr actually clears his jungle and Sejuani doesn't.
I feel like every week we say, "Oh, where's the Udyr?" And I think that in this league, it's just a gentleman's agreement that nobody plays Udyr, um,
All right,
which is
so
respectable.
I no one plays the Olaf. No one's out here like Lee Sin's fine as a flex pick. Like
Yeah,
I don't.
especially Lee Sin into Kindred. Pretty good, pretty good.
You do have to have hands to play Lee Sin a little bit, and maybe this guy doesn't because he picked Sejuani. But
Uh-huh.
I don't want to flame too much. Sorry, I'll stop
Well, I
there.
mean, they do have 3 out of 5 of the pieces of Bronzodia, right? Sejuani,
Oh,
Malphite, and Blitzcrank. Like that's pretty good. They do be got that going for them.
yeah. Do you need Bronzodia in a plat league? How successful is Bronzodia in plat?
I think it definitely can be successful. Um, I'm pretty sure that we ran Bronzodia a couple times when we were playing in GRLCS Plat, so it's definitely an option.
Yeah,
Um, but we'll have to see then how well it does. Was that a
yeah,
good transition
yeah.
or
That's a
no?
that's a great transition. I liked
Thank you,
it.
thank you.
All right. I'm at 1 second apparently, and I'm still at 1 second after hitting back. So I guess I'm just starting at 1 second.
I am also 1 second, so
Okay.
we're
I'm gonna turn off this music that is playing because I didn't realize it was actually still playing. And yeah, if you're, I'm not ready. I'm psyching myself out because I lost my chat. There it is. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, on the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 1 is going to be Team Gap Red. Uh, in the top lane is Phil Dill playing Malphite, Swig number 13 in the jungle playing Sejuani, Kakuni in the mid lane on Victor, and Steve Chubbs and Cheeto Puff in the bottom lane playing Tristana and Blitzcrank.
on the red side of the rift, wearing the red health bars. We have Return of the Middle Sticks with Vbon in the top lane on the Ornn 2004 Lexus GX 470, Kindred in the jungle, Wing Nation playing Swain mid, and then Boar and Hulk on the Jinx Braum bottom lane. Is already we're seeing a little bit of cheese here.
The top
Vbon
side
might get
5
caught
stack. Oh
out.
no, he's dancing in the bush. Has to flash the hook. At least he had his munder on. He was paying attention.
Yeah, no, that's the worst kind of way to get found. Level 1, dancing
Yeah,
in a bush. I don't know. It's depressing.
yeah.
Team Gapped Red is cheating.
I really like Vbon has just the refillable potion on Ornn. That's
That's the tech, right? So that
yeah.
you can buy Doran's shield off the first wave.
Yep. That's that's the
The
tech as far
secret.
as I understand. Vbon always has the Ornn tech, so not surprised.
Yeah, he's the guy who buys executioners on Orin
Yeah,
because it applies on your Q,
yeah.
whereas
He's
Bramble does not apply on your Q.
he's the one that told us about that. And then we saw Lane do it a bunch after that.
It's OP. Interestingly enough, junglers starting on opposite sides of the rift here. Lexus starting on his blue buff, going to be pathing up towards that top lane. Um, which, the top lane is Ornn Malphite. I don't know how much you're going to get done up there
um,
most of the time.
so Ornn actually beats the shit out of Malphite. I
True.
I don't know. Like once you get your Bellows Breath going, the percent health damage just isn't answerable by Malphite. So it's strictly an Ornn favored lane unless you get jungle help. So, not great for Fildale, but both junglers or both top laners have some utility in team fights at least.
Definitely. But, at the end of the day, you're still Malphite. You can still, just kind of hang out in lane and scale. So I'd be surprised if we see too many 1v1s or too much action up there. As You know, both of them definitely have the option to just farm it out, but we'll have to see. Uh, in the meantime, though, Swig is pathing towards that bot lane. With the Blitzcrank backup, you know, letting your bot lane push in Tristana Blitzcrank a lot better when they have some
Oh,
backup
he gets
up.
the hook onto
Ooh.
Boar. That's actually really nice from Cheeto Puff. A little bit of return damage, but forces Boar's flash out. And I mean, they're a little. I don't want to say over pushed right now because I I don't know what info they have that Lexus would have started bottom, but they feel relatively safe about this at least.
Yeah, and their jungler is on their side of the map, so giving them a little bit of support here, making sure they aren't punished too hard.
Oh,
Or
Lexus won the roulette at
ooh,
level 1. Just gonna hook Hulk for a little damage. Um, or level 1. He won the first mark roulette and got it on the Scuttle Crab on the top side, so mark early for Lexus, which is always nice.
yep, flipping coins and getting them
Yeah.
to come up your way always feels good on Kindred. Ooh,
Oh, they're looking to engage on board. They know he doesn't have any flash. Swig is in, and that should be first blood off of the explosive shot. They waited for the hook, and Cheeto Puff uses it now. The jump forward Hulk snared under tower, stun, just trying to kite away. Swig is diving. He really wants it. Now has to kite away from that vision of Empire. Just going to take a little bit of his health. And yeah, 1-for-0. Team Gap Red out to a good start.
yeah, definitely. And you really like to see Swig play around the strong pushing lane that he has here in the bottom lane, being down there to support them and take advantage of them burning Jinx's flash at level 1. It's you really like to see that. You know.
Oh,
Ooh.
even getting another hook onto Hulk. He's low, the Unbreakable doing quite a bit of work for him, and Boar's there with the heal to make sure that Hulk doesn't fall. So rough times for the bottom lane so far, but kind of as you'd expect. The Jinx Braum doesn't have a huge amount of lane pressure early, especially compared to the all-in power of Blitzcrank Tristana.
Definitely. Blitz Tristana just has the inherent pressure, has the inherent advantage, though they haven't recalled yet to spend their money, so right now they're kind of actually outstatted. Those, you know, Swig is hanging out down there, but it does mean Swig's falling behind in CS, and perhaps not as much time on the map with the advantage as you would, you know, normally I'd expect after picking up First Blood. Um, means that the RotM bot lane doesn't get punished all that hard yet.
Yep, still getting shoved in really hard. Might need some support from Lexus, but I don't know that he wants to go toe-to-toe in that 3v3 anytime soon. He's trying to get his mark over here. He's actually really committed for the Gromp mark, and Swig's able to smite it away. The Blast Cone. I don't know why he's toying with him. He's got the Blast Cone out to safety, though.
It was very aggressive, very forward play there from Alexis. Just knowing that Sejuani had showed bottom, thought he'd be able to get in for free and pick up the mark. And Cheetah's playing so far up. Not gonna find the hook there. But yeah, Lexus trading his flash for a mark usually isn't the best trade in the world, but you know, we'll see if he actually ends up getting punished for it. Because if he can hit that, you know, 4 mark level um, earlier because of it, then that could be pretty massive for the Kindred.
What is happening to me? My wife just rolled up in an extra chair. She's just gonna eat a snack at my desk, I guess. I don't know what's going on. Swig and Lexus are gonna fight though, and Lexus is doing pretty well. He has the range advantage, and unfortunately, Cheeto Puff and Chubbs have the lane priority, so Swig's gonna be able to grab that Scuttle Crab and heal back up.
Yeah, it's just a bot diff. Lexus was there. He tried to push Swig off, but just so much pressure. As a Tristana Blitzcrank means that they're going to be able to pick up that crab. But this, again, the late recall from the Tristana means that Boar's able to just catch up in CS. You know, once Tristana gets back into lane, is definitely going to be outstatting the Jinx. But considering Jinx gave up first blood, being able to just farm for a few minutes is basically best case scenario.
Yeah, do you feel like either of those champions like significantly outscales the other? I feel like it's kind of a wash, but I didn't know if you
Yeah.
felt the same way.
I feel like Tristana, not Tristana. I feel like Jinx probably outscale. Um, just because Tristana within late game team fights, uh, doesn't have the of course she has resets, but I don't know. Jinx's resets are a little bit stronger, I think, at actually carrying team fights. But Tristana has the jump utility. I don't know. It's probably pretty even, but I feel like Jinx is probably the better hyper carry late. but
Is that the
it's gonna be
Psyops
hard to
skin?
get to that point, especially against the tanky members of Team Gap Red. You know, trying to punch through the Sejuani and Malphite's gonna be pretty difficult.
I don't like those particles on that Victor skin. They're very hard to see. Wing's going to have to use his Demonic Ascension just to try to survive. He needs to get the suck off, but the Gravity, or the Chaos Storm, excuse me, ticks out. He flashes away with the Bird Bomb, so Kakuni going to live. It's just the trade of flashes. Meanwhile, Lexus and Vbon invading. They find Phil Dill looking for him in the jungle. Knock up the Sejuani into the wall. Vbon going to get stunned. This is just a lot of Beef Boys just exchanging blows, but Kakuni is going to be able to rotate, and Winged isn't here, but now the teleport coming in, the Lamb's Respite used just to try to keep everybody topped off, and Swig is going to be the first one who falls. Kakuni gets yoinked over the wall by the hand, burning down in the flash for the clap from Vbon.
And Team Gap Red thought that they had the advantage since Victor had won the fight in mid lane, was able to show up first, but Wing Nation ends up teleporting in, turning it around with the stall there from the Lamb's Respite means that our team's able to come out on top and pick up a couple of kills there. And you know, especially after that mid lane fight did not really go in Wing's favor, being able to pick up the assist there off the teleport is pretty massive.
Yeah, so about a 1,000 gold lead for Return of the Middle Sticks, and they're going to be feeling pretty good. They're just kind of out farming uh, in their individual roles so far. The Zap not quite going to connect. A lot of being exchanged. More in a little bit of trouble, but Cheeto Puff can't really close on him. Just knocks Hulk up. The Super Mega Death Rocket comes out. They're just trading damage, basically, but Sejuani hanging out over the wall. Swig might look just to drive by with the
Oh,
ultimate. Hulk gonna walk right in, take a little bit of damage. That chunk's gonna be enough. Steve Chubb's not able to get that kill. Actually, Swig is going to be the one that takes it. Now they're looking for the dive onto Boar. Sejuani ultimate going to connect. Can they actually burst him out in time? Vbon is here to try to rescue his ADC. The Buster Shot back away as Phil Dill has also teleported in. He's waiting around the wings. He's got his ultimate available, waiting for the bot lane to try to collapse. This is a really weird little situation. Now going in, just going to one-shot Boar. I don't know why he didn't do that earlier, if that was going to be the play, but Winged is going to take him down with the Vision of Empires, and now the turret going to take a little bit of damage, but Vbon chases him off.
a bit of a cluster there in the bottom lane is uh, Swig once again being in the right place, right time there, playing around the strong lane, was able to pick up um, the kill there. 2 kills eventually, right?
Yeah,
Just the one? Yeah.
I know. Yeah, they killed Hulk and then Boar. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was very well done there. Able to pick up the kill onto Hulk first, and then of course Malphite able to clean up Boar. Um, it's pretty good. It's exactly what you want to see when you have this pushing lane out of the Tristana Blitzcrank.
Oh,
Oh,
Vbon, I think was trying to bait. He's got the Ornhorn available. Gonna knock up Steve Chubbs. A lot of damage coming through. The Zap doesn't connect. He's underneath tower, though.
oh
The
no.
rocket gets blocked by Blitzcrank, and the dive doesn't quite go right for Vbon.
Yeah, and Vivon wanted that. He was baiting it. He wanted to get hooked in. And unfortunately, with the Super Mega Death Rocket just not finding its way onto Tristana, Team Gap Red able to come out on top there, picking up the kill onto the top laner. Just a bit of overconfidence there from Vivon.
Yeah, so a 500 gold lead now for Return of the Middle Sticks as they've thrown a little bit of that back, but Boar and Hulk are gonna go ahead and grab up a turret plate or two. And yeah, what a weird little play in bottom lane. But as everything returns, look at that. You love your jungle CS leads. How are you feeling about this one?
I think it's probably to be expected, honestly, especially with the way that Swig is playing. Swig is very much playing focused around the lanes, whereas Alexis is just trying to pick up his farm, trying to get the advantage that way. So, you know, in that sense, both junglers are accomplishing what they want. It's just going to come down to, you know, which strategy will end up prevailing at the end of the day.
Yeah,
How
Lexus
many
and
marks?
Winged roaming
Is that
together.
number 3? That was number 4, actually. So Lexus picked up the 4th mark, didn't end up dying, has the flashback up, so, you know, is expending it earlier in the game, confirmed worth it. Um, oh?
Oh, Lexus maybe looking for the assassination on Kakuni. Just jumps over the wall directly into his face. The Vision Vampire's burning through Kakuni, and he'll fall to an auto attack from Lexus. A nice little grab for him. Well, they have to be careful. Dashes back over the wall with the Dance of Arrows, and the flash away from the Blitzcrank hook will get him out to safety. Meanwhile, Vbon flash planted into the turret in top lane, and that was pretty interesting. Um, yeah, this is way cooler than whatever's happening down by the dragon. I don't know about
Yeah,
you, but
no,
this is
Dragon Fight's overrated. I'd much rather watch Ornn and Malphite duke it out. Um, but a heads up play there by Lexus. The Finnish Kraken's player was able to hop over the wall, find Kakuni, and just did so much damage, able to take him down there,
Yeah, they're
leading
looking
to
for this
the
bottom lane. Cheeto Puff maybe a little bit caught up, gets knocked up by that Glacial Fissure, flashes back over, but the hook lands onto Hulk. He's low, he flashes back into the Lamb's Respite. He gets Buster shotted out and taken down by the explosive shot, but the return rocket from Boar finds its marks as both supports fall in the bottom lane.
yeah, pretty funny trade of kills there as both supports ended up taking out by the 80 carries ultimates there. Uh, Yeah, it's gonna end up being a wash, but more importantly, ROTM got the kills before that, as well as getting their first dragon, is gonna be coming out on top there and feeling pretty good about themselves. As Kindred is now very strong, sitting on 1100 gold in the bank, so next time that she hits the base, gonna be very strong, very difficult to deal with.
Oh, Kakuni's stealing the Raptors, and Winged doesn't want him to steal those Raptors because those are his buddy's Lexuses, and he got all but one, but might pay for it as he's getting the suck. The hand not quite going to find him. Bird Bomb just kind of whizzes a little bit wide. Oh, Vbon able to block the charge in from Swig. Everything is happening. The flash away from the Malphite ultimate was good by Wing Nation. He's just kiting it back away. Lexus gets a kill. The Blitzcrank ultimate trying to get them to disengage, but it doesn't matter. Cheeto Puff is low. One more auto, a double kill for Lexus. Now Steve Chubbs just rocket jumps in for some reason, and everybody's hanging out around mid late. Oh, yeah, there's Boar. I was waiting for him to show up. Vbon is low. Are they going to look for the re-engage? It doesn't look like it. I think that'll be it.
Oh, Steve is
Oh, never mind. They
walking
spot
a
him over the
scary
wall. The
way.
zap onto Kakuni. Boar walking away from the gravity field. Okay, now we're done. As you were saying.
Yeah, no, it's just crazy fight there in the mid lane. Kakuni doing a really good job of kiting out the Swain, dodging out on the big E with the phase rush, and just sort of running him around, able to take the raise without being punished too hard for it. But
It felt like
yeah,
there were just a billion skill shots that happened during that fight, and none of them hit. But Lexus could just continually auto attack, and that was what decided it. I don't know if
yeah,
you got the same feeling, but like the Malphite ult missed, the Ornn ult was more of like a zoning ultimate, the Swain abilities weren't hitting. It was just Lexus auto attacking, and that turned the tide.
yeah, can't miss right clicks. And give a little bit of credit to Winged. He did have a really good flash on the
Yeah.
Malphite ult. It wasn't just Malphite ult missing. But yeah, no, definitely the case.
Vbon
As
maybe caught,
we,
gonna use that Searing Charge to the Blast Cone. Now which
uh,
way does he want to go? He's back into the clutches of the Malphite, and will they eventually beat him down? They're gonna use the Malphite ult, they're gonna use the Sejuani
oh my,
ultimate, they're gonna burn everything. Vbon just trying to fight his way through. He actually takes half of Steve Chubbs' health, but the four-man collapse proves too much for the Forge of the Underworld? That might be right. Vaughn would correct me.
yeah, no, that
Forge of
was,
something.
uh, I couldn't tell you. But no, definitely a big commitment of resources there for uh, Team Gepard, though. They're able to pick up the kill. They get the 300 gold in their pockets, so no complaints there. Even picking up the Rift Herald as well. So long as they don't fight in the next minute, there's going to be about no punish. So, a kill's a kill's a kill.
Fire below the mountain. That's dumb. I don't like that. Vetoed.
You don't
Alright.
like that?
No, do you like that?
I think it's alright.
When you see Ornn, do you think fire below the mountain?
Well, definitely fire because he's like a blacksmith. And oftentimes,
Oh, what was
forges.
that hook?
Oh,
Boar in trouble. He flashes away though. He's not gonna die to ignite. Actually, that was a dirty hook though from Cheeto Puff.
yeah, it looked kind of funny there. Somehow finding its way onto Boar means that they just burn Boar's summoners just like that. And this Tristana is very strong right now. 4-0-2. That's finished Kraken Slayer is well on her way towards her second item. It's actually sitting on quite a bit of gold. Let's see if she's able to get the reset before this dragon spawn, because if not, it could be a bit of an issue. Usually don't want a team fight when you're sitting on 1500 gold.
So if you're this Blitz and Crank skin, which dog are you? Are you the one controlling the robot arm, or are you the one controlling the main mech?
Hmm. You mean like who's the summoner controlling?
No, no, you. Like
Who am
if you
I?
were one of the dogs, like
If
which
I were one of
which
the
job would
dogs.
you prefer? Would you want to be robot hand guy, or would you want to be drivey guy?
Well, robot hand guy probably has an easier job, right? You know, there's less to worry about. You just have one thing to do, and that's aim the skill shot.
Why are they?
Um,
There's two teleports happening, and I don't know why either of them are happening. But they're trying to protect their turrets after getting the dragon secured. They do lose the mid tower, so the teleport to the tier 3 in mid lane wasn't worth it. But I guess the one to top was. Either way, it's a double TP advantage now for ROTM if they want to play side lanes.
yeah, dragon spawning in a minute and a half means that there is, or not dragon, baron rather, means that there is potential for it to be punished, but we'll see. In terms of playing side lanes, it's not like Ornn is the strongest side laner in the world, or Swain, that they're really going to leverage their teleport. Um,
They're still stronger than Malphite and Victor, so
I feel like Victor probably side lanes better than Swain.
yeah,
Swain has to spend like 3 spells to kill a wave,
I guess
and he
that's
can't
fair.
really run away. He doesn't have face rush.
Yeah, he also doesn't do
Whereas,
well in this matchup. The Tristana versus Swain is a good matchup, but again, no teleport, so any chance to maybe engage, they could do that. But
yeah, let's engage onto the Malphite. Not a whole lot of good options at the moment.
well, right now,
Um,
but you,
what?
well, no, nothing.
Yeah?
No, it's fine.
No, tell me about it.
Everything's great. No,
Yeah?
yeah.
I'm sorry. You're right. They absolutely can leverage it. It was just at that moment there's no one to target out on
Well,
the
I
map.
didn't
I
mean
was being
at
a
that
dick.
moment.
I'm
I just
sorry.
meant during the duration of the
No, I
teleport. They
agree.
could do
That's
it.
why I was being a dick.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Um, I'll forgive you this time,
It's not okay.
but maybe not
Um,
next time. Um,
Understandable.
anyway, now that we've had our marriage counseling live on stream, we'll look back at the push in mid lane for some reason for Team Gap Red, and Phildil is gonna be caught, has a little chunk taken out of him, but they're gonna look to engage onto Hulk. They sense that he's separated, and they'll pull him back away from his team. Hulk gets saved by the Lamb's Respite. Lexus has just had the positioning there. Now Wing Nation in 1v5 right now, but he has the rest
Oh
of the team
wow.
collapsing. In come skill shots from every angle. They're knocking him up. The Malphite looks to engage. He'll take down Hulk, but it just doesn't matter. The rest of the team is just falling down. Vbon and Boar trying to chase down on Otto. The Zap just a little bit wide. The Vision of Empire a little bit wide. Sedwani slowed up. Can they get another kill? It doesn't look like it, but those two get turned around on the collapse from Return to the Middle Sticks was very good. And now they're going to look for
Yeah.
a Baron.
Once again, the Lamb's Respite just doing so much work here for ROTM, just stalling just long enough for the rest of the team to show up. This time, they did leverage that teleport. Swain coming in, able to just 1v5, keep them there for so long, and ROTM able to get the extended kills, able to pick up the Baron, and now have a commanding lead in this game. 5,500 gold in their favor. And the blue buff. That's the most important thing.
Well, that was also Kindred's mark. Like, that's pretty big. 7 stacks now? That doesn't suck.
Pog?
Yeah.
That's a big power spike. 21 minutes getting the second proc is pretty big.
Yeah, Lexus is huge. Like,
He's
the
a big
scoreline
boy.
doesn't look super huge, but he's huge.
Yeah, no, even now
I mean, he
ahead of
is.
the Tristana.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's the strongest wallet in the game. He's holding a lot of money.
Yeah.
I guess that's not really accurate. He's holding a bunch of items right now. He actually doesn't have very much in his wallet. He's broke because he just bought a house, but he's really making that investment worthwhile.
Yeah. He's rich. It's just not very liquid at the moment, you know?
Yeah.
Do you prefer respite or respite?
I'm pretty sure I just say them interchangeably, depending on how I feel on the day.
Understandable.
I mean, um, well, V-Bon might be caught. He's
Yeah,
stuck
no.
down here in a side lane. A lot of damage coming through finally from Chubbs, but Lexus is here maybe to save him. V-Bon's still alive, but now the Chaos Storm isn't quite enough. Oh, the timing on that Lamb's Respite. He's able to snipe away the Tristana, try to keep them out to safety. The flash away, he stays alive. Now the turnaround, the knockup is big from Hulk. They're looking for it. Wings around the side, looking to collapse. Swig is stunned up. Kakuni is trying to kite back away, but the Sejuani falls. The Victor next on the mark. Oh, they just can't land any CC. Now they do with the Searing Charge. Wing Nation's on a killing spree. And the turnaround again from Return to the Middle Sticks, catalyzed by the Braum ultimate for the turnaround.
Yeah, and much like earlier in the game, Team Red thought that they could just collapse on the poor lonely Ornn and take him down, but this time around, ROTM was able to stall just long enough for the rest of the team to show up. Once again, just the Kindred ultimate doing so much work and stalling out the plays from Team Red. It's just been pretty massive this game.
Yeah, the Kindred ult and the Swain's existence plus the stopwatch just mean that the team fights are so long and drawn out, and that starts to favor ROTM once that Victor and Malphite burst have been used. Even the Tristana burst doesn't come back quickly unless you get some resets.
Yeah, it's really difficult, especially since, you know, when Swain's in the middle of your team, Tristana's not autoing. When Swain Zanya's is, Tristana's not autoing. You know, when Kindred ults, Tristana's not autoing. So this entire time, Tristana is your carry, Tristana is your big damage dealer, but she's just getting completely out DPS in these fights because she can't DPS against the team comp of ROTM.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes left on a Baron spawn, so not expecting to see a whole lot here in the next couple of minutes. I don't think we'll see a Mountain Soul this game. It's just a bit away from both sides.
Well, ROTM did the troll thing where they had Baron, they ace the enemy team, and then they send 4 people to go do Dragon instead of pushing. So, I don't know, this game could go on a little while longer.
Yeah.
They kind of wasted Baron, so I think they're going to need one more Baron. I think it's probably going to be 8 more minutes.
Ooh, that's pretty telling though. V-Bon hits his upgrade, and the first person whose
Hog.
item he upgrades is Lexus, giving him the Wernfallen sacrifice over Boar, over Winged.
Yeah, your favorite. But yeah, no, this Kindred is just massive, so any extra bump that you're able to give them is just so big. Um, level 15 already. That's an XP lead there, huh?
Yeah,
15 to 11?
yeah, he's 4 levels up, just casually right now.
Yeah. I think Sejuani just needs to clear out some of her camps for the comeback XP.
I don't know that she's been able to reach them in the last couple of minutes. Cheeto Puff over
Do
the
be
wall.
like
Oh, that's
that.
another really good hook. It's kind of a pity these haven't paid off like super huge for Cheeto Puff, because he's actually had some really nasty hooks this game.
Definitely. It's just doesn't seem like the team's. Oh,
Oh, that was pretty good too. V-Bon stunned up. It's just gonna be the disengage from the Bramble. I don't think that they really want to continue, although Winged is getting collapsed on the top side of this fight. He's got the ability to delay. In comes the Orin Horn, just gonna knock up 2. Kakuni is low. The Bird Bomb isn't quite enough. He's burning down, but he gets the heal from his ADC to keep him alive. Swig trying to trade blows as well, but it's just not quite gonna matter. I think everybody's gonna disengage for the time being.
yeah, but this Blitzcrank is giving them a lot of options to get back into this game. Those hooks have been massive at just sort of dissuading ROTM from pushing their lead too hard. Though if they're not picking up the turrets, that doesn't mean that they're not pushing their lead. They're just extending this gold lead by taking everything in the jungle. You know, Sejuani has been Flame Horizon, hasn't been allowed inside of her jungle for several minutes, and ROTM is very firmly in the lead here. Baron spawning in 25 seconds, we'll see, will likely be our next big
Oh,
fight,
God.
the next big contest. You can't really give that up.
He's almost double Sejuani's gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sejuani is... I don't want to flame Sejuani, because I feel like Sejuani did a lot of good things in the early game.
Yeah.
But Sejuani has had a lot of trouble doing much since then.
Yeah,
There's
Cheeto Puff
Cheeto.
just has to try to face check to get some vision, and Boar's gonna pick him off. Uh, with the Baron spawned, I mean that's kind of the option. Maybe you lead with Malphite or Sejuani instead would be the choice, but like not a whole lot of options left for Team Gap Red, and Cheeto Puff's gonna pay for it. And with that pick, ROTM gonna start up the Baron.
Yeah, and they should be able to just pick this up pretty easily. Yeah, Team Gap Red not even going to come to try and contest, and with the double 80 carry composition plus the Leandries, this goes down quickly, and our team has a chance to reset before Dragons, so they can all be there in time. No, no. I mean, they make me a liar. I mean, they have like 5,500 gold in their pockets, so like spending it right there is probably best, but instead preferring the pressure there on the map, maintaining mid prio, and then just coming in and getting the vision down, feeling like they're strong enough that they don't have to spend it. But the bush bait, Blitz is I don't know if Blitz knows.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
a
Blitz just
situation.
hooked the bush.
Oh, the blind hook into the bush. He's going to grab Hulk. That maybe not the target that he wanted, but it's going to work out for him. They get another pick. Boar is low. He's so low, in fact, that he gets shut down by the Malphite. But in comes the Ram, the double kill immediately for Wing Nation as they're going to try to chase down Steve Chubbs. Just rocket jumps into the pit, but Lexus follows him in and gets Buster shot back over the wall. That was fun.
Yeah, and even with the bot lane of RTM being taken down there without getting a chance to do a whole lot in the team fight, it just doesn't matter. RTM's so far ahead. Lexus and Wing just do so much damage, and in the corridor, Horn kind of destroys Team Gap Red there, and RTM, even outnumbered, are able to pick that up, pick up that third dragon, and now they're pushing in. They still have the Baron buff, so we'll see how much they're able to get. I feel like they might have been able to end if they didn't do drag. But playing it safe, making sure that they pick up everything here, be as strong as possible. The Victor teleport came in, but Kakuni's not getting a whole lot off of it. Got the teleport in for the raids.
I mean,
With
that
some
might be
kind
the
of
first
PUBG.
jungle camp they've had in a while, so that's pretty
Yeah,
worthwhile.
it's. I mean, you aren't really like pushing out of your base anyway, right?
Yeah.
Probably fine. It'll be up for Baron. Yeah.
I feel like this game's been about 10 minutes longer than it needed to be. But
Yeah. No, I hesitate to say it. They might need a third Baron to end this game. They're just kind of doing that thing where like you get Baron and then you don't push right away. You just kind of waste half of it.
we're chilling. We chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
He has
just
no
want to
Ornn
see what
items
these
coming
Ornn
through.
upgrades are called. Yeah, that one's Leandri's Lament.
She's heckin' sad. Oh?
Oh, they're going to try to pick V-Bond, but that's definitely not the target they want. Chubb's forced to try to rocket jump away. He's dodging out the Swain W on the backside of the fight, but Boar is just wailing away with these rockets. The Fish Bones rocket launcher just tearing through, and the inhibitor's going to fall. That wasn't much of a contest in that fight. They just kind of threw their wallets at them.
Yeah, no, our team just does so much damage at this point. No one can touch Winged. So he's just able to walk through, wade through with the double burn items, with the Zanyas. Didn't even have to pop it there. Just so much damage. Sorry, Team Gupperhead just not able to contest it. RTM picks up 2 inhibitors. And then they're going to take the recall, playing it safe here. And Team Gupperhead still alive. Game's not over yet.
Yeah, they have a Nexus.
Though down 11,500. You know, it's not getting much easier. Elixir of Wrath coming through on Lexus. On Kindred, I actually prefer the Elixir of Iron for the tenacity. Because the only way you die is getting CC locked.
I just really liked that. It looked like I don't know
Shot
what
his
comps
ass
were
back
like,
there.
but yeah, Boar gets the red buff, but then shoot him backwards. Like he's mad about it.
It was payback. I mean, you know, press tab. How many items do you have? How many items does your jungler have? Your jungler should probably have red buff.
Jungle lives matter. That's what you're saying. I'm pretty
Uh, maybe.
sure. Maybe. All right. You're at the very least a jungle lobbyist. Um, and we need that to be known. Your
Yeah.
affiliation officially on the books.
I'm not
Uh,
sure how come.
oh,
Oh,
that's
Rom getting pulled
another hook.
again.
Yeah, Hulk has been a target for the hooks, but I mean that's probably by design, more or less. V-Bon gets a knock up onto Phil Dill. Steve Chubbs just kind of rocket jump. That was interesting. Waiting forced to pop the ultimate. They're kiting back away. This is a really separated fight. Like they're not really closing the gap, and now finally do. The victor goes down, and it's just a bloodbath now. Chubbs trying to rocket jump out, but he falls in the process. It's an ace. Ooh, Wing very low, uses the stopwatch, Lamb's Respite. They're going to kite this one out. But it's an Bud Light ace for RTM, and they'll finally kill the base in a little over 33 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to pick that one up. After about 10 minutes, it was smooth sailing for ROTM. A little scary in the first few minutes, but weathered the storm and just coming out on top there. Well played in game one.
Yeah, so we'll take just a short break. We'll be back with game number 2, RTM on match point. All right, well, I've got game 2 loaded whenever you're ready.
Always.
All right, well, let's look at this draft. What a draft. You know, maybe thinking back to that last game, right? Your team got red.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
I think the issue, um, I mean, it was probably the Braum and the Swain.
Um, so unironically, I think Swain was an
Yeah,
issue.
I mean, fair.
It was like a major issue. Um, and as far as like their bans go, I think it's fine. Um, and you technically got a really good jungle matchup. Like Kha'Zix is supposed to shit on Kindred at like every point in the game until like super late when, you know, she has a lot of butt buddies. Um, is that Volibear into Ornn? That
Yeah.
seems okay for Volibear, I guess.
I don't know about the Kale mid blind.
Yeah, so that's I wouldn't Kale be good into Ornn?
Yeah,
Kale
that
just
that
go
was one of
on.
the things that you used to play into Ornn, because you could just
So
sit there and scale.
why the fuck did you draft Volibear then?
Um,
And okay, so like let's assume that you drafted Volibear and you're like, wow, I really want Kale and Ornn. Why wouldn't you just throw Volibear jungle? Like now you're playing Kale mid into Xerath? That doesn't sound
well, you're playing Kale blind
great.
even. Like the Xerath is the is the counter pick.
Yeah. it's- I just don't
Yeah, I don't know about Kindred
get it.
Kale blind in like any situation, but
So
I,
like later on though, you you have split pushing pressure,
yeah.
right?
And also on the bright side, you have Kaisa Nautilus, which if MSI is any indication, that's just the best bottom lane right now. So,
Pretty good champions, I'd
um,
say.
and we saw Steve Chubbs and Cheeto Puff have a pretty good game in game number 1. So if they can get a lead,
Definitely.
maybe you snowball through bottom lane, you get some split push from Kale, you have that inevitable scaling. Like it's not doomed, but I it's gonna be
Just
really
kind of
hard
weird.
to hit the minions in mid lane, I think.
Like, can you imagine being Kale and you're trying to team fight against Kindred, Seraph, Jinx, Alistar? That just doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Again, RTM on match point, so can close it out with a win here. And let's take a look, shall we? All right. Well, I'm not ready. I always jump ahead of myself. I need this thing and then this thing. Okay. All right. If you're ready, then we'll go ahead in 3, 2, 1, go. It did start. I was worried that it didn't start for a second. All right. On the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 2, trying to avoid um, defeat, I guess, is going to be Team Gap Red. Phil Dill in the top lane playing Volibear, Swig 13 in the jungle on Kha'Zix, Kakuni in mid playing Kale, and Steve Chubbs and Cheeto Puff in the bottom lane on the Kai'Sa Nautilus.
And the red side of the rift also hoping to avoid defeat. Return of the Middle Six. Viva on the top lane on the Orin 2004 Lexus GX470 on the Kindred Wing Nation, playing Xerath in the mid lane. And then Borin Hulk on the Jinx Alistar bottom lane. And top lane cheese didn't work last game, so now we're trying the bot lane cheese and
Ooh,
the trade of flashes.
yeah. I really like that the junglers both went with the pink chromas. Like, I don't know if they synced that up, but I appreciate that.
I Yeah, Orin has a pink chroma too, and Jinx it looks, pretty pink. I think there's a lot of coordination going on here, and I do appreciate that.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a little extra effort. Um, I don't know if you remember the team, but I know people in the chat will. That was always my favorite part about Jingo Squad was they would coordinate team comps based on skins and chromas that they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them were terrible, but like, you could always count on them to look good while they lost or won,
Yeah, that's what it's about at the end of the day, you
or
know.
to day drink during LAN and then lose. But
You know, different strokes, whatever works, right?
yeah, that was a.
Interest. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that was a. I was gonna pull out a vocab word, and then I realized that I don't know how to say it in the middle of saying it, so I'm just gonna pass.
Yeah.
Never mind. Those were the olden days.
Well, you can't just blue ball us like that.
Halcyon, Halcyon. It means olden basically, but like olden or past days. But like I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. I realize that now I've only ever read the word and never actually said it out loud. And now I sound like an idiot on stream, like normal. So
I don't think you sound like an idiot at all. The fact that you were able to bring it out at all, I think, has value.
The level 2
Oh,
bottom, I hit the volume control on my headset because I was trying to adjust my chair at the same time. Hulk is low, he's burning to ignite, but so is Steve Chubbs. But he has the range advantage of the flash forward, just not quite able to close the gap. Cheeto Puff, does he have a hook up soon? It doesn't look like it. The zap not quite going to connect from Boar, and everybody's going to go back to farming in the bottom lane because that's what they do.
yeah, but the health bar of Hulk is very low after that fight, so gonna have to play a little bit scared here. Just because Kaisa Nautilus, pretty strong in the early game, has a lot of damage, so if he gets caught, could be a lot coming through.
Um, yeah, Lexus looking for a gank bottom potentially. We're watching top lane though because that's the most interesting part of the map. V-Bond taking a lot of damage though from Phildo. That extra bite almost costs him though thanks to it's first blood. But in the mid lane, Swig is able to gank the flash away from Wing, just not on spectator camera. But trade kill in mid lane as Swig finds the gank there.
Yeah, and Phil just not playing his ranges very well. He's teleporting it.
He's teleporting right into the
Uh,
face of Vbon. Not gonna be able to
buddy?
find that um sky splitter. I couldn't think of the name for a second.
He,
Sorry, go ahead.
so that teleport, what, denies 3 minions?
Yeah,
Yeah, is that, you like that teleport?
not
I
really,
mean,
but like
Vbon's
it
actually just
does.
walking back to lane, so I guess it actually denies like 2 waves, which suddenly makes it a good teleport. Um, I, I don't know how the fuck that happens, but yeah, no, that's an okay. He has a lead now. He has a
Yeah,
pretty big lead, despite giving up that first blood. Being a little bit too far up there, the Volibear, pretty strong in the early game, makes you feel strong. You
is
get a little too excited,
is Lexus
tank a
just
couple
gonna
turrets.
luck into the scuttle? Kha'Zix never took it. I all right.
Kha'Zix has more important things to do.
Yeah,
You
for
got
sure.
the kill mid, um, which anytime that you're getting a kill is Kha'Zix pre-sixth, with all of those gank tools that you have, you know, especially with your Kale lane, just so many gank tools. You're feeling pretty good about yourself. Straight to Dirk already. Which makes it that much scarier to be a Lexus in the world today. If you ever find that Kha'Zix, you are not going to be long for this world.
Yeah, plus like the high cost of replacement parts and microchips makes it infinitely more scary to be a Lexus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, I have a side tangent I wanted to go on earlier, but like, um, don't make fun of people who don't pronounce words correctly or who are struggling with a second language, because they're probably smarter in their first language than you. Number one, and number two, like. That just means that if they're not pronouncing the word correctly, that they probably read it only and haven't said it out loud or had to. So there you go. Rants.
Are you saying that English is your second language and that we shouldn't make fun of you
No,
because you're
I'm not
smarter
saying
enough?
that. I'm stupid in only one language, so I can't take credit for any of that. But yeah, were I speaking a different language right now,
Uh-huh.
I could pretend to take credit for being good at English, which I'm not. But yeah, Vbon doing pretty well on the top lane. He's trading nicely on
Yeah,
difficulty.
imagine walking back to lane down 11 CS and then, I mean, you kept it even, but he's applying a lot of pressure. I don't know how that happens. How did Volibear lose wave control? How did he let Horn hit 6 at all?
Yeah, Bor
That's
going
okay.
for the zap onto
Cheeto.
the minion, but Cheeto Puff looking for the engaged swig in his back pocket. The hook. Oh, Hulk is just a big boy, so he intercepts the hook and the headbutt back out. That was a little unfortunate. The model for Alistar just a little too big, couldn't sneak the hook past to hit Bor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, and
it's a good trade
Tussle in
so
the
far
top
from
lane.
V-Bond, but the Sky Splitter helps equalize that trade. Hulk's still a little bit low, but in comes the Ornhorn and the clap for the solo kill for V-Bond. I feel like I've said those exact words like way more times than I have any right to, because he's been playing Ornn all the time.
Yeah, no, he definitely is very comfortable on a champion, and if you play a little bit too aggressively, he will call you on it. Phildil contesting the wave, even though there were more enemy minions, and if he just let it crash, then he would have still been up like 15 CS. But just a little too far up, feel himself just a little bit means that he gives up the kill onto Ornn, and now a lane that was being saved by the CS is now even in CS and down 2 kills, so not looking too good.
Bor with the timely ward gonna spot out Swig as they start up the dragon. They have the health bar advantage pretty significantly in the bottom lane, and even Swig a little bit bruised compared to his counterpart, and that means that RotM will be able to take the dragon.
Yep, gonna be able to pick this one up uncontested.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
eventually?
as long as it doesn't reset another time, they've got it.
Yeah, this isn't season 4, you can't just swap aggro 20 times on the dragon. But yeah, first dragon going over to ROTM, and this time around, uh, Team Gap Red doesn't have the early game advantage that they had last game. Last game, their bot lane was very far ahead, did a really good job of getting that lead, and they just had trouble transitioning it. And this time around, no lead there means that you'd imagine it's even more difficult to try and transition that into an advantage in the mid game.
Yeah, and look at even just the small item disparity, just that combined cost, but Boar sneaks out a little item advantage over Mr. Chubbs.
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel great, especially when you're the one playing Kaisa. You know, you'd expect to have a little bit stronger of an early game. Vbon
Vbon contesting this
wants
Rift Herald.
this.
In comes the Jinx Rocket. Oh, that almost hit Swig. That would have been huge. Vbon, I don't
Oh,
know how he healed. He stole the Herald. In comes the Limbs Respite from Lexus to keep him alive. The Ornhorn coming through. They're going to stall with the intervention from Kale. The top laner's still just scrapping in the pit, but Vbon comes out on top. Lexus trying to kite back away. Swig goes invisible with that Void Assault. Riding the Arcane over the top. Not quite going to connect. They do assassinate Lexus. Now Cheeto Puff is here, but so is Hulk. Trying to collapse. He's just trying to invulnerable some of the CC, but he gets shut down by the Nautilus, does Vbon. Now Winged looking for some of these shots, but the Arcanopulse just only tickling right now. So the Steel and the Rift Herald go the way of ROTM, but they lose extra kills in the process.
it was the unsealed spellbook from Vbon swapping out to the Smite, walking in, contesting it, knowing that he was going to have the Lamb's Respite to keep him alive. Is able to pick that up and get an advantageous fight. Ends up falling eventually, but uh, it's got to feel bad if you're Team Gapped Red. That was sort of your only way of getting back into it because you were kind of losing in every single lane. You were down in CS, you were down in Dragons. Maybe you can pick up Herald, but no, the man under the mountain. What's he called? Forge
Fire
under the
below the
mountain.
mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the homie below the mountain. He came out and decided to smite that Rift Herald away.
Yeah, I mean the gold lead is pretty even. Actually, a
And
small
Phil Doe's
advantage right
about
now
to
off
die
of the
again.
kills, but
Oh.
yeah, Vbon is the strongest man on the map right now. You cannot disrespect the Ornn. Has to use the ultimate to try to jump away, but Lexus autoing him the whole way, trying to get the slows, has the challenging smite, the burn. No more dance of arrows though. I guess he's fine.
Yeah, he ended up getting his second Q outside of the circle, means he didn't get the refunded cooldown on it, so wasn't able to chase quite as far as he otherwise might have been able to. That, combined with, a late red smite means that Fildo's gonna be able to just barely limp away there.
Yeah,
But
stun
with
down
the
onto Cheeto
Herald
Puff.
coming
Hulk
down,
and Boar looking for this fight. Yeah, the Rift Herald up in the top lane going to destroy the turret, but I was more interested in something that was going to happen, and then it didn't. I'm sorry, I just talked over you for nothing. Go ahead.
no, you're fine. It looked like they were gonna, and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
And we were baited by directed camera. You'd assume that if directed camera's looking bottom, that something was going to happen rather than showing us the first turret. Um, but I suppose you'd assume incorrectly.
Yeah,
Oh,
Swig
Swig?
is going to get the collapse. Nice flash away, though, from Winged. Hits the Shock Orb even, a little bit of exchange damage. I still don't like that Q animation every time I see it.
That
It's
skin's really...
very extra. I like the skin, but, like, the card that flips out just kind of...
It
I don't
does
know.
look
It's a
like a
little
card.
busy.
Is it supposed to be a card?
Yeah, it's... So the skin line...
It's Arcana
It's
something or other,
Arcana.
right?
Yeah, it's inspired by tarot cards.
Okay.
So the card kind of makes sense, but like I don't know, just something about that animation, like it flipping out. It's like making the Xerath Q out to be more than it is. I don't know.
It looks weird. It definitely looks weird.
Like I like the
Um,
skin other than that. I think the effects are really cool. But yeah, the card flipping, just something about it bothers me.
yeah.
I have all these problems with things, but I can't articulate them, and I don't have any better solutions. So I'm just that guy on Reddit.
Well, the better solution would be for them to just not have it. Like, come on. Come on, Riot. Vbon kind of fake froze the lane and then instantly re-broke it and now is slow pushing in, except now he's fast pushing. Why'd he pull the wave then? I'm just confused.
Assert authority. Also, maybe the call was he was gonna freeze it, but then the call came for Dragon, so now he's gonna push it, so that he could be there for Dragon. I could see that happening.
But he has teleport. He could just freeze it forever. And
I'm just
teleport.
trying to help. I don't know. I want to give Vbon the benefit of the doubt. He's a very strong.
He's a team player.
Yeah.
He is willing to sack the potential freeze there. and let Volibear get back into the game in terms of CS in order to make sure that his team secures the dragon. And there's value in that. And
Yeah, now coming in. Oh, that zap didn't connect. That hitbox is always so jank, but it wasn't jank in the right direction that time. They're going to headbutt back in. Cheeto Puff, his Aftershock is gone, so he is gone. But in comes Phildil directly on top of Boar. The Sky Splitter not quite doing enough damage. Now the Williams Respite comes out as Steve Chubbs zooms in with that Void Assault, but it just, they're trying to turn, but Boar falls. Phildil is low, but he's finally going to go down. The Arcano pulls over the top from Wing Nation, and it's a 2 for 2, 2 for 1. It's actually 2 for 1 in favor of
yeah,
RTM.
2-for-1. It strange. Vbon didn't even commit his teleport. It was the Wing Nation Xerath teleport coming in to respond to Volibear's. And RTM still comes out on top, and then Vbon picking up the tier 2 in the top lane as well. So very much coming out on top
Oh,
there. Oh,
Kaisa just dies, but this is way cooler. Oh, well, there's still things happening in the bottom lane. Swig is just in. Vbon gets the solo kill in the top lane, and they'll grab Swig in the bottom. What just happened? Like, 3 people just ran it down sequentially, I guess. I don't know.
um, yeah, I don't.
It's just a team gap red, I guess. I don't know.
You know, Cheeto thought that he could contest the
What is
Orin, but little
Phildil
did he
doing?
know.
Oh, he's got Kale in his back pocket. He actually might be doing something intelligent.
I don't think Phil knew that Vbon was there. Vbon, though, you know, a little high off getting the solo kill on the Cheeto, just immediately jumps out of the bush, tries to take the 1v1. Unfortunately, it was not an honorable 1v1. Scumbag Kale comes in, picks that up. 202 now on the Kale. Is going to be able to finish up the Nashers soon. So, you know, not super weak. You know,
Yeah, double knockup as they didn't separate Wing. Oh, Hulk is actually just linebackering right now for, I guess not linebackering. He's more like a lineman because he's doing the blocking, whereas a
hmm
linebacker would be like headbutting him away and moving shit. But yeah, um,
yeah.
football positions. Who cares?
Yeah, your football uh, comparisons are on point.
Anyway, he did the body blocking. It was good. Um, to summarize, there's 2 minutes left on this dragon, so there's not really much of a reason to get priority right now. I kind of like what RTM's doing with the Jinx mid. They can maybe get some chip damage on this turret. But it looks like Team Gap Red is looking for this Rift Herald. They had the one earlier
Yeah,
stolen,
so
so they want this
Vivon
one.
might pick up the smite, and just him walking down river is enough for Team Gav Red to sort of vacate the area. Let them know it's not going to be as free as they otherwise might want it to be.
Oh,
Oh,
Swig coming in. He's got the...
oh,
Oh! He...
oh!
That would have been
He
clean as
didn't.
fuck, but he didn't
He
see
didn't
it.
go far enough around. He didn't. That's that. That's a bummer. He
He,
had the timing. He had it.
he has the timing. He has the Prowler's Claw to follow. Oh, man. Yeah.
It was a very dead Jinx. That was an incredibly dead Jinx.
They're going to get the Herald, so at least there's something. Unless Vbon, like, steals this again. Why are we watching him? I'm scared.
He has
I don't like
ult.
this. Okay, they got
Uh,
it.
sad.
They're looking to collapse, though. A little hop over the wall, and Swig is out of there.
I think he should be the homie of the hearth. I think that would be better.
Homie of the Hearth.
Yeah.
Maybe using a Hearthstone, potentially.
Nah, that sounds stupid.
It sounds like
Maybe.
a reject Legends of Runeterra game, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mid tower for RTM is nice. I like that Vbon interrupted him giving an item to Wing in order to steal part of his wave. Oh
Well,
no, he
you
was
know,
building one himself. Never mind.
he's giving values, so he's allowed to take value. I think that's fair.
He spec'd exhaust just now. That's
Um,
spicy.
yeah, you know, you gotta. The other team's just looking a little tired. You know, he's just like, you need to take a nap. You look exhausted.
I could go for a nap. That
Yeah?
would be terrible.
I agree. A nap seems reasonable.
Yeah, as it turns out, like the first night in the new place, you just don't really sleep. It's kind
Yeah.
of weird. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna drop the Herald mid, try to pull RTM there, and maybe sneak this dragon away in the meantime while they're distracted, but I don't think RTM's really going to bite. Instead, Vbon is just going to stand his ground here. He's got the Hammer Boy bouncy time coming through, knocks it through the Kai'Sa. Chubbs is very low, but Boar is not very healthy as they use the Kale Kai'Sa combo to eliminate him from the map, but Hulk powering through, gets a big double knockup. The Xerath ult over the top finds a double kill. Swig is low. They're trying to kite this out as best they can. Kakumi is still relatively healthy, just layering in the kill, but the Shock Orb finds a little bit. He's still fine, I guess. He had his flash available. Phildil kiting back away. V-Bon looking for the headbutt, not quite able to find it. The Arcana Pulse not going to find enough damage, but they forced Team Gap Red out of the jungle. They'll steal their eponymous buff, and now they'll grab a dragon.
Yeah, and the superior topside trio just asserting their dominance there, just flexing and making Team Gap Red have to vacate the premises. Oh, and the teleport coming in. Team Gap Red isn't done contesting this.
Yeah, they're not done. Kakuni and Phildil both here, but Kakuni falls. He's shut down by Lexus. Phildil just trying to get one back, but has to flash back away. Lexus can follow. He's got the red buff. He'll find that. The jump in from Swig is Vbon trying to stay alive. They'll finish him off, and Vbon lives. That Shock Corp was not on the correct map there by Wake at the top. I didn't want to point that out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They get the dragon. They get a bunch of kills. This Team Gap Red, again, have just kind of filtered in one at a time into ROTM.
Yeah, unfortunately, the double teleport just did not go well. Kakumi was very much out of position and gets just taken advantage of there by ROTM. Didn't have the ultimate available to stall out, so RTM gets a few more kills, picks up their third dragon, pressuring that Infernal Soul here in just a few minutes. Very firmly in the lead now, 4.1k just on the scoreboard. It's pretty big. Pretty big.
Yeah, Kale is pretty big though. 3-1 and 3, has a decent chunk of farm. Will eventually scale, so you have to worry a little bit about that. But
Kind of. But it just comes back down to the fact that you're just getting outranged by everything on the side of ROTM. And when you are in range, there's some tanky boys you have to beat through. You have to deal with Kindred ult. It's definitely an uphill battle, I think, for the Kale.
do you think Kakuni only plays Psyops champions, like Psyops skin champions?
That would be my bet. I bet that Kakuni probably didn't play the game before the Psyop skins came out. Sort of, only plays Psyop.
I just thought it was interesting. Maybe pulls out the Ezreal.
If this goes to game 3, maybe it'll be Master Yi.
Master Yi. Ooh. Shen. They take the Shen from Vbon in game
Pog?
3. Yeah.
And then throw it mid.
And throw it mid.
I mean, that would continue the trend of picking top laners who aren't very good mid and putting them mid.
Yeah, River Shen. Swig gets spotted by the sweeper of Lexus, and he's going to take a wolf to the face. That's pretty unfortunate for him. Actually, Lexus takes more than that. What was that damage? That execute from Lexus with the Collector. That was a bit disgusting.
Yeah, no, the mounting Dread proc plus the PTA plus the Collector means that squishy Kha'Zix just goes bye-bye, and RTM gonna be able to just pick up this Baron for free off of the one pick there.
Oh, they're looking for the counter pick on Vbon, but he's already backed up. He's feeling the pressure a little bit, and there's nothing in return for Team Gap Red. It's a clean Baron for RTM.
Yeah, nothing to get in response. There's nothing left on the map, and now they just kind of have to wait. RTM recalled instantly are gonna be able to pick up their camps, spend their money, and we'll see what they decide to go with.
Yep, shove in mid looks like the priority right now for RTM. Vbon split on the bottom side. And yeah, we comment I think every week. It always just feels a little like they don't want to rush the tempo on the Barons, I guess would be a kind way to put it.
Yeah.
We're chilling. We're taking jungle camps. We're slowly suffocating them with the Baron rather than pushing. It's a style, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, they scale well. So like, there's nothing wrong with playing it slow, just picking up a shitload of gold and then, winning with an 8k gold lead instead of a 4k gold lead. There's nothing wrong with that.
I like my fast-paced League of Legends. Makes quicker, more fun casts, but you know, I
Yeah,
I
but
I,
if
I
you're,
understand the value.
yeah. Imagine though. Imagine. Mono red is the only way to play.
We smirk here.
Absolutely.
Face is the place.
Yeah, just clean rotations here. RTM playing the objective focus gameplay. And Team Gap Red just it's hard to see what a winning team fight looks like for them. I feel like they have to get catches, but who are you trying to catch out? Maybe Xerath
I
is
think
like
it
the
has to be
only real.
Lexus, but you can't get him with his ultimate, so
Yeah.
that's I think the
You kind of hit the point of the game where Kindred is just butt buddies with whoever will stay with her, so it's very difficult to actually end up killing her, I think. Killing them. And the Infernal Soul spawning here, so RTM definitely forcing a fight here. Team Gap Red, if you give up the Infernal Soul, I don't know at what point you start fighting in this game. At what point you start winning, because
yeah, they're not even looking at this. This is just gone. You get an extra Sheen proc if you're RTM. Just put that in your inventory.
and smoke it.
Can you smoke a Sheen? What is a Sheen?
Sheen's just like it's like the color on something, right? It's like when
Oh, but
there's
like the
light
item,
reflects off of.
it's like a blue sword. I, is it energy? Can you smoke that? Like,
I would assume that it's energy because it's Spellblade, right? So I'd assume that you channel your energy into it to create a sword.
so you're Cassidon.
I think so. I think that Netherblade is just a fancy word for Sheen.
Yeah, I mean that tracks.
Alternatively, Sheen. No, I was gonna make a Jimmy Neutron reference, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
I would have been with you. I was thinking that or Charlie Sheen, so we're on the same
Oh,
page at least.
that would have. Yeah, those are two Sheens.
Those are two Sheens, much like the 5 Sheens that our team got in their inventory because they have the Infernal Soul. As we come back around, look at that. That's a segue, by the way.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, stalling out, but our TM just pressuring a little bit mid, trying to chip away at this tower where they can. Anytime. Oh my God! Chip away at Steve Chubbs. Oh, the right of the
Oh
arcane, the snipe from
no.
Wing Nation. All right, well, he's a bit fed right now, plus the Horizon focus. Hulk goes in, just going to knock Kakuni back into the team. He's got the intervention just to try to stall a little bit, but in comes the Hammer Boy bouncy time, and it eliminates Kakuni from the map. Vibon is in, Cheeto Puff is down. They even get the Shock Orb onto the Kazakhs. Wing Nation is dominating. Phil Dill has to use his ultimate defensively, but he's the only one left, the last surviving bear for Team Gap Red, and we'll see if he can hold on to the base, but I don't think it's very likely. 27 minutes in, RTM crashes through. Just an outstanding display of gold earning that they slapped down there. The ace for Return to the Middle Sticks, and game number 2 in the series to them.
Yeah, pretty assertive win there. Definitely in control. Fixing the problems from game one where they had fallen behind just a little bit. This time around, not the case. Very tempered game there, and coming out on top in 27 minutes.
Yeah, not a whole lot more to say about that one. That was a clean game for RTM and a pretty clean series, and um, yeah, I don't know. Do you have more you want to say? That's about
No,
all I've
I
got.
think you got it.
Okay. Well, um, in that case, we're going to take just a short break, and when we come back, we're going to have game 1 of Cosmic Flow versus Team Gap Blue. So, another fun diversion on the stream.
What do you play into Kale? I feel like Xerath is probably like about as good as it gets into Kale. Like Kale can't really team fight against Xerath, right?
He asked that before the game started.
I don't read chat. except in between games, right? Do you think I should read chat more?
Um, I mean, then you'd understand at least when I randomly segue sometimes, but that's not even a guarantee. 'Cause
See,
sometimes that just happens.
I'm pretty good with context clues. I feel like most of the time I'm able to pick it up, but I don't know.
Well, luckily don't have drafts for this, so we can get in.
Is that luckily?
It takes time, and
Oh, okay.
it's like Monday and I haven't eaten dinner, so
Okay. What's for dinner?
I don't know. That discussion
Yeah?
also takes time. Uh,
Yeah, how late are you staying up if if you're not even gonna have the discussion until after this stream? You're going to bed at what, 9:30? Man, you're crazy.
I mean, I apparently didn't fall asleep till like 11:15 last night, so
Really?
be earlier than yesterday.
So first night and just
I just couldn't
just
sleep.
couldn't fall asleep?
Yeah. I can't
Okay.
find like a cosmic flow color. They don't have a preset one. Or not.
Cosmic Flow.
There we go. We got like a
Their
lighter purple.
Discord color is like blue
Purple.
and purple.
Yeah. I want to do purple because the other team's blue, but the purple, like
Okay.
that does sound really fucking good. Wait, Wing says we should get High Boy.
I don't know what a high boy is, but onion ring sounds great.
My wife says no. That's sad. All right. Well.
What's high boy? I don't know. Is
It's
that
like
a local
a
place?
it's like a burger place. It's like a little pop up almost.
Okay.
It's like a it's like a burger stand almost, but you have to go into it. It's very weird. I guess it's modeled after a drive-in, but it isn't. But yeah, it's just burgers and fries and onion rings. That's all they do really. It's good.
We have a place around here like that. Okay.
I guess they do ice cream. People like their ice cream. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, people also like Cosmic Flow games. Are you ready? We're
I'm so
firing on all
ready.
cylinders tonight.
You're popping, bro. I'm ready when you are.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. I'll let you introduce the blue team if you want.
On the
'Cause
blue side of the rift, we have Cosmic Flow with Cardinals 29 in the top lane on the set, UNSC on the Volibear jungle, Black Salt playing Swain mid, and then Cockman Suda and Dyslaics in the bot lane on the Callista and Leona bot lane.
yeah, and on the top side of the rift, wearing the red health bars, is Team Gap Blue. Uh, Jadu, Jado,
Jadu?
Jadu. In the top lane, playing Boris, Dark Senpai in the jungle on Kindred, Gundam Legilus in the mid lane, playing Rumble, and then I Am Way and Twitch.tv/Psycho Koala in the bottom lane, playing Varus and Tarek.
See, I was gonna give them points for having the synergy between Gundam and picking Rumble. But unfortunately not using the Gundam skin. It's kind of that's points off, I think.
It's a little sus. I do kind of wonder if he's like a Rumble Pantheon 2 trick, because that would be what I'd get from his name. But
Yeah, because it's like Romanish.
yeah, the Romanish second name with the Gundam first name. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Potentially. That would be a hard read. That would be impressive if that were the case.
Also kind of interesting is they have both Rumble and Kindred. Like they opted
Uh-huh.
not for one of the top junglers on the patch and instead one of the like next tier of junglers. Well, we don't have draft context for any of this, but I just think it's
Well,
interesting.
I don't think that they opted out of a top tier jungler. I think they opted into two top tier junglers. It's
Yeah.
just how good jungle is, right? You know,
True.
doesn't everyone always say it? They wish they could have two junglers.
I mean, and it's not like Rumble is bad mid by any means. Don't
Definitely not.
misconstrue me. It's very good mid. I also haven't seen this Leona skin yet because I haven't been able to play recently. But it's pretty nice. I like the colors on it. The skirt's like flowery. It's kind of neat.
It's it's definitely a different look. I think it's like a unique skin for Leona, which is cool because a lot of her skins are very same-y.
Mhm.
Um, so the fact that she got one that, is very unique, I think is very cool. I like it.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's
Jadu? I was kind of hoping for the flash passive auto Q3 into set healing 20 million because
yeah.
he's
I
Jet
was gonna say
beating him.
I don't think that kills him. So,
Yeah, but
but he
it
heals
was
slightly
close.
less because of the passive. So,
I think that I think that if he did, it
oh,
would have
that's
brought him
still
down to
quite a
like
bit of health.
40
That was
HP.
what was that healing though from Cardinals? Did he have a biscuit? I guess
Uh,
so. Yeah,
he had a pot running, and then I guess it's just you
he's
know,
got the
set passive.
well, he's got the thing that heals you
Does he?
when you eat it.
Time War?
I would assume so because he like that health bar jumped like 1 to
He
200 unless he
does
leveled up.
not
Okay.
have it. He has
He leveled
revitalized
up.
and
Okay.
second wind,
I
which
saw
is
his
cheating. Getting experience is cheating.
yeah, that's definitely cheating. Um, yeah, we haven't looked at jungle paths at all. Do you have anything? Have you noticed anything? Have you paid attention? Because I haven't,
I
for
mean,
sure.
all that I've seen is that Dark Senpai is the superior jungler. Good players get good crab spawns. And got the correct crab spawn there. But UNSC's looking mid here.
Oh, the
Ooh,
flash for the claw from Black Salt. That was kind of nice, but he's struggling a little bit there as it's first blood for Dark Senpai. Gundam Legilis is forced to flash away UNSC. Low, the third Deathbringer stance from Jadu is going to find the kill, and it's 2-0 for Team Gap Blue.
and that was so tragic for Cosmic Flow, the guy splitting the Volibear E
Yeah.
did not find its way onto the Rumble. Rumble barely just limping away. If you did end up getting hit by it, then it would have been at least a trade of kills. But as it was, just not great there for ROTM, despite a cheeky little E flash there from Black Salt to engage it. It was kind of nice.
How do you feel about
Oh.
attack speed Varus in the current year?
Um, it's a thing. It exists. Um,
Do you feel
I
like
don't
it
know.
should exist in this game?
So I think that attack speed Varus makes sense if you're against a tanky composition where you are your team's only DPS. So if your mid laner's like Syndra or Xerath or something that just doesn't really deal with tanks all that well, I think that you could probably justify um, attack speed Varus. Which is to say that if you're on a team with, a Leandri's mid laner and an 80 carry jungler, maybe you could go poke.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Dyslexic's gonna walk over a ward, a couple of wards even on his way to mid. I like the idea behind the roam, but fortunately not gonna work out this time for him at least.
Oh? And poke coming down from Black Salt, but is still level 5 to level 6, so, can't actually hard commit to that quite yet. And Dark Senpai's actually around mid lane, being a little bit cheeky with the pathing.
Yeah, he keeps dropping these pink wards in pretty deep, and it's paid off for them so far. Um, but now I Am Way and Psycho Koala gonna take the last cone over. They got priority for Dragon, but they don't have a jungler here, so they really can't do anything about it. But in come Dyslexic and Cockman Suda, maybe looking for a scrap, and nothing's gonna happen. Alright, well, as we were.
I am way. I,
This way.
I
You gonna make fun of his name like that?
I just don't like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like if you are the way, I could see that. If you are a way, I could see that. But I am way. I just
Maybe
I
his
don't
name's
know.
just Way.
Potentially spelled W-A-Y. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, there's player in RNG's name was Way.
No way.
That was
That's what Cosmic Flow has is no way on their team.
yeah, that was really low hanging fruit, and I'm
Yeah.
proud of you that you went for that because normally that's my job, but like
No, you're
We're
sophisticated.
subverting expectations there. So,
Absolutely.
um,
Oh,
Zenith Blade not quite able to connect there for Dyslexic, so we continue farming. Um, yeah, basically everything's pretty even. Like there's a small CS lead in mid and jungle for Cosmic Flow, but the 2 kills have staked out for about an 800 gold advantage. Dragon's been up for a little bit, but nobody's been super interested in it, despite Rumble being a champion that fights really well around dragons.
yeah. One thing to note is that Cosmic Flow very much has a strong mid-game team fighting composition. Set Volibear, Leona, Callista,
Oh, Dyslexic
everybody.
looking for the
Oh.
engage, but I am way as
Oh.
level 6. He's going to hit that Chain of Corruption. Kakmansuda able to get out of the range of the chain, and Wei is separated and rended down. Kakmansuda with the kill, dodging out, but the Dazzle connects. Does he actually have the damage? He flashes forward looking for some autos, but well, it actually doesn't matter because Dyslexic is able to finish off that kill. It's a double kill in the 2v2 for the bottom lane of Cosmic Flow.
Started out with a nice, slick little dodge there from Cockman Suda onto the Dazzle, taking full advantage of the Callista passive. Able to just kite his way in and out of that fight, put down enough spears to be able
Oh,
to pick
Dark
up the
Senpai's
kill.
here,
So,
flashes forward, gets the slow from that mounting
ah,
dread. Oh, Dark
Dark
Senpai?
Senpai?
Does he have it? There's the Dance of Arrows for the kill.
Yeah, probably, he got the kill. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Cardinals maybe in some trouble.
Wait, while all of this was happening, somehow UNSC is the one that gets a dragon. They're going to jump over the Rumble ult just to try to help disengage, but Gundam Legulus is down as Black Salt finds him. It's, yeah, Cosmic Flow gets another pick, I guess, and a
I think
dragon somehow.
I think Cosmic Flow was on Dragon when Kindred committed bottom. Um, so they just kind of finished it, I think is what happened. And then Rumble, just walked a little bit too far forward. Imagine thinking you can walk into River. In
Yeah,
current year, come on.
true.
In Cardinals, despite the World Ender being popped there by the Aatrox, able to
Ooh,
make it
Chain of
out.
Corruption able
Oh,
to find Cockmansuda into the Dazzle. That's a lot of CC. And the auto attack from Psycho Koala unfortunately takes that one. But nice little pick in the bottom lane as they catch Cockmansuda isolated.
yeah, it's a little bit too far up. The wave was in an awful position and your support wasn't there, but it sucks. Sometimes you just have to give that up. But Cosmic Flow's looking for Gundam Legulus once
Oh, the
again.
flash
Ooh,
forward for the grasp again from Black Salt into some CC from Dyslexic. He's got nowhere to run, but he's trying to. And Cardinals eventually takes him down with the auto.
yeah, and Black Salt has been deadly with the pulls this game, landing them every time that we see him. Able to set up the kill there. A return kill. Always good. Uh, oh?
Oh, now the committal, the other ADC separated a little bit from his support, but in comes the Cosmic Radiance from Psycho Koala. The Ren, though, does so much damage. Cockmansuda trying to kite back away from the Taric. He's looking for the counter kill,
Oh.
but he can't find it. It's a double kill for the Callista.
The teleport in from Black Salt just in time to pull the Tarek away from his AD carry and pick up the kill. Interesting to see, if you take a peek down at the map, Kindred was there in the Golem brush staring at Callista recalling. Perhaps not wanting to commit like he had the last time around, but yeah, Cosmic Flow, couple good fights here in the last couple minutes. Now looking at a gold lead with a gold lead a hair over 1,000. Um,
Is it OP to have the Cosmic Radiance against Cosmic Flow? Or is that like a negative, you think?
huh. What does Cosmic Flow mean?
I would assume it's like the movement of the stars and whatnot.
Of the universe?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, like,
The radiance is just the brightness of it. Like the amount of lumens potentially, if you want to quantify it.
uh-huh. I feel like it's probably a negative. Have Cosmic Radiance against Cosmic Flow, just because Cosmic Flow is just a little bit more all-encompassing. Um, yeah, it's hard to say though. Really hard to say.
Yeah, a little invade here from Black Salt and Dyslexic. They might look for Dark Senpai, but Jadu his walk down to try to stall this. They sense, I think, that Kakami and Suda is alone down here, but I Am Way and Psycho Koala are really not able to do a whole lot. We see the piercing arrows just not really doing a whole lot of damage, as it turns out, from attack speed
Yeah.
Varus. And then
Weird.
yeah, they're getting a CS lead on their Varus over the Callista. So that is definitely something. Oh, Zenith Blade not quite able to connect there onto Dark Senpai, but a little bit of damage there from Black Salt. This fight isn't really looking ideal for them as Black Salt is separated and Way going to pick up the kill. UNSC and Dyslexic still looking for it. They're going to grab him in, throw him in with the Fate's Call, but the Lamb's Respite is good. It's just a brawl. It's a melee. It's a bloodbath inside of the Lamb's Respite. They'll grab one kill. Cardinals with the punch, looking for Gundam Legulus, but it's a double kill for Kakme and Suda. Jadu finishes off the support, but he's hopping forward. Kakme Suda still just, he can't get over this wall. He's really struggling to navigate it. Now jumps sideways, trying to kite away Jadu, but the health bar is just not quite there. Oh, he dashes out with the pierce. Jadu forced to kite back away, but that third Q finishes off the volley bear in the process. Cardinal's forced to run away. He's got a little bit of healing. He sidesteps one. Does he have the moves? He's got the blast cone, and he should be out.
Yeah, and considering how that started with Black Salt just being a little bit too far forward, it's kind of ridiculous that Cosmic Flow was able to trade as evenly as they did. This really well played team fight there by Cockman, Suda, Dyslexic, and UNSC doing just such a great job playing around the Lamb's Respite and just getting the damage down and trading out the kills. Oh, Dragon Spawn. Jadu hasn't gotten a chance to recall. But he does have the finished Gore Drinker,
Yeah, he's
so
got the
still
Gore
pretty
Drinker, so he
strong.
might as well be full health. That item's not as
Yeah.
broken as it was. I don't know why I'm memeing that hard, but Dragon started up and it's dead. And there it is, 1-1 in Dragons now.
It do be dead though. It do be dead. And looking at top lane, it's actually so
Oh, Dark
good for
Senpai just gonna
Jadu.
walk directly. Oh, the Solar Flare didn't quite connect, but they get the tug off of the stun anyway. So another kill there as Dark Senpai was looking for the flank, and instead he's the one that gets flunked.
It's what is that word?
Flunked. You know,
Flunked?
flunked. Flunked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did
that's
not
the correct
know.
conjugation, I'm pretty sure.
I believe you.
Things
Oh,
getting thrown across. The Chain of Corruption going to connect onto Dyslexic. Are going to throw out the red carpet as well. And Dyslexic going to fall. The reset on the World Ender. Does Jadu want any more? Can he even find the distance on it? He'll get the knock up onto Cockman Suda, but nothing more than that.
yeah, but a good pick either. Dyslexic somehow getting caught after everyone else dodged out the way of the Champ Correction. Just max range ends up picking him up there. Means that a kill back the other way. Cosmic Flow slowed down a little bit. Um, they're starting to run away with things, but you know, a kill back the other direction means that nothing too crazy so far. Though Cockman Suit on this Callista is 6-2-2, has a completed Kraken Slayer, has a 500 gold bounty just chilling on his head. It's been pretty strong this game.
He went Kraken Slayer on Callista. That's really
He also didn't go Hail of Blades. Um,
so lethal is better for sustained damage, but Hail of Blades is better early on.
so I agree, but are you like, is that how you beat attack speed Varus?
I think most of the time you beat attack speed Varus by playing a champion against it. I think statistically.
Oh my god. Everyone report Varus.
No, Kindred got it. You still get the mark.
No?
Yeah.
Well, he got the mark, but Varus took the kill on it.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I'm way out of line. Taking
He's
that.
he's gonna use the gold to get more daggers. It's fine.
Yeah? Oh, I'm just upset that he took it. Kindred was already doing it. You know, why you gotta be like that? Kindred's not walking into your lane taking your cannons.
I am really glad they made that change that you get the mark if
Oh,
your
it
teammates
used to
last hit
be.
it. Yeah, you
It
used to have to
be
last hit
so
it.
bad. Yeah. There have definitely been multiple times, you know, in my long years of playing Kindred where you know, your team just walks by and takes the raids that you're doing and you lose the mark and it's, what the fuck?
Related note, when you're like isolated as Zoe and you're trying to last in a bubble and then somebody just comes by and takes it and you don't get
Hmm.
whatever's in the bubble. Like that could have been really good. It could have been shit, but like now we'll never know.
Exactly. It could have been shit. Now, we know it is shit. Or no,
Fate's
no
Call
shit.
in. They're looking for a way, and Chain of Corruption used defensively, but I don't even think that was where he was aiming at. Cockman Suda dominating 7-2 on the Callista.
Dyslexic getting in the way of the chain of corruption means that they're just going to be able to lock down I Am Way and send him packing there.
You were gonna
Should
say
mean
send him
this.
on his way, but you stopped.
I
Um,
I I felt like I had gone to that well too many times. I wanted to go out of my way to not uh go with that
no,
pun.
I'm like hyper aware of every time that we say way, like
Uh-huh.
combined with like away with yeah. There's as it turns out, you say that word quite a bit. It's kind of grating now that I'm hyper aware of it. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs
I
to
mean, there's
go.
no way
It
that we
needs
can
to.
avoid it, right?
Yeah, it needs to go away. Um, I'm really glad no one's like listening to this. This is yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. X Craze is calling you out in chat, by the way. Kindred isn't
Hey,
walking into your lanes taking cannons and quotation marks and says he doesn't remember
hey,
being me being his mid laner, does he?
hey, come on, bro. I took your
Yeah.
blue buffs, not your cannons. I mean, sometimes you were out of mana because you didn't have blue buffs, so I had to help you push.
Yeah. So 7 seconds left on this dragon spawn as both teams are gonna set up. It's dragon number 2, not like high stakes, and a cloud soul, which is fine on most of these champions, but not like exceptional. Um,
Oh,
Well, this is a
oh,
interesting flank. Dyslexic not quite able to connect with the solar flare. They get the slow up from the Vision of Empire. Jadu teleports in, but in comes the rest of the squad. It's separated, and that's going to cost Cockman Suda on the back. But how's the front of the fight going to go? The Lamb's Respite is just making this a clusterfuck, and there's a lot of health bars popping off, but they're going in favor of Seaflow. The flash forward for the stun. Jadu is still alive. He's just taking up everything in the middle of this Dark Senpai, trying to kite back away, but he'll fall. Jadu trying to chase down Black Salt, but that's the one person whose health bar he can't deal with. A triple kill for UNSC. Uh, what a what a clusterfuck.
yeah.
What a
I mean, the
scrap.
two
What a
big
tussle.
clusterfuck ultimates, Tarek and Kindred, and in this instance, just kind of miss sequence there by Team Gap Blue, as using Tark ult into Kindred ult kind of wastes Tark ult because you're giving the other team a chance to catch back up in terms of their health. Usually you want to do Kindred ult into Tark ult, that way everyone's low and then your guys are invulnerable. And that time around, Seeplo playing really well around those ultimates, getting their burst damage down, surviving long enough, and able to come out on top there. Now, pretty significant lead. Well, I mean, just 1,000 gold, but 5 kills. They have the extra dragon, uh, which with their, mid-game team fighting composition is what you want to see. If you're a Seaflow fan.
Yeah,
This is the part
no.
where you're say things.
I I was trying to think of something to say, and I mean, everybody just buzzing around the map. UNSC finishes up his Thornmail as he goes back. That's a second item choice. I mean, it's going to help a lot against Jadu, who is just the strongest man on Team Gap Blue. 5-0, having a pretty good game on that Aatrox.
Definitely, kind of the soul shining light here. Um, you know, Perhaps a cosmic radiance if you were to, be so bold. Um,
I wouldn't be, but some people
oh,
might.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There's a solar flare coming down. A lot of space-themed abilities in this game. I am Way trying to kite this one back out. The Dazzle not quite going to connect, but
Ooh.
he actually lives thanks to his Pocket Taric.
Yeah, and the bot lane of Cosmic's Flow showing a lot of restraint there. not just committing onto the Varus. Varus was very low, but with the Targ showing
Oh,
up, wasn't
UNSC
sure how many
finds Psycho
people.
Koala separated. He's got the ultimate if he wants to pop it, but the Flash Dazzle Dyslexic chases him over the wall with the Fate's Call, just continuing to throw down the CC. Dash forward from Cockman Suda. They get one spear into him, and they'll finish him off. Oh, the
Oh
Lebs Respite
no.
used by Dark Senpai, but it's not in place in time.
Sad. You hate to see it. But yeah, after giving up on the Varus pick, turn right back around, and Cosmic Flow able to pick up the one onto Psycho Koala. So, still getting stuff.
Yeah, getting stuff for sure.
That's my official.
Oh, uh,
They be getting more stuff.
yeah. He didn't have his ultimate, and I don't know that it would have really helped, but not having it
I
definitely didn't help.
it's the cardinal sin of when your teammate dies, you're not allowed to walk into your jungle, and if you think you're allowed to walk in your jungle, you will die. Um, Cosmic Flow gonna turn this into Baron pressure here. They do have the Callista. Ooh,
Oh,
Cardinals.
yeah, Cardinals not committing the Cardinals sin as he just takes down Wei in the mid lane. I was gonna say that his Cardinals sin would be throwing Aatrox into his team, but um, then that was a better. He gave me more material to work with.
I
I
feel
think I
like
killed. Okay, I thought I'd killed you for a second. Go ahead. Sorry.
no. I would just I feel like the support for Team Get Blue should change his name to Curds. That way the bot lane could be Curds and Way.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
little miss. Never. Yes, it was bad. It was a bad joke.
No, I like that. We'll workshop that one.
No. I think I got the cold reception. I can feel that. You didn't
No,
think it was very
I
funny.
like that one. I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of something to one up with
No
it, and
Little Miss Muffet fans out here.
no. It's the Little Miss Muffet fandom dying.
Yeah.
Show your love. Oh my god.
Where's the Little Miss Muffet stands?
It's 18-10. This is a pretty close game still. While we're continuing to meme, we're having some good League of Legends in front of us. Jesus Christ. I don't even know where to begin. There's some items. People bought some items, and those are pretty good. As
Uh,
it turns out, to help fight people.
how do you feel about Rageblade Varus?
I don't. I've been adamantly against this whole thing the whole time, and I really
Okay.
don't know about Rageblade with Kraken Slayer, but
Do they work?
I think in a reduced capacity they do.
I guess they work together. I don't know. I just haven't seen anyone buy Rageblade. Like, Rageblade's kind of just like a dog shit item, isn't it?
So you build it on Callista, uh, so that's my experience with it.
Yeah, and Callista's kind of dog shit, so.
That kind of hurts me, I'm gonna be honest, but it's not necessarily untrue. It just hurts.
Well, it's
Uh,
impressive that she's able to hurt anyone. Because she's definitely not hurting people on the Rift.
yeah, she can inflict an emotional damage though, and that's really what matters. Uh, Yeah, the dragon secured for Seaflow, so they're on Soul Point now. We saw Bear ult at the turret, and Black Salt is split pushing on Swain, as you do occasionally.
Absolutely. So you have a semi-global ability. So if you aren't in a side lane, you aren't taking full advantage of it. Right?
Like, not even memeing. They're gonna get that turret. Like,
The
that's
Swain
objectively
Leona
good map
split
play.
push is legendary.
I don't know
Everyone
why
knows
you're
about
memeing them. They got a
I'm
turret.
not. I've said nothing but positive things about the Swain Leona.
Yeah, but you've said it with a bad attitude. I don't.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know how you'd like me to say it.
I think you should give them a little credit for doing the right thing.
They got a turret. Yeah, I think they did a great job. What more do you want from them?
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like you aren't sold on them doing a good job.
Does he shoot the fire? Was that part of his recall, or was he still shooting the fire when he recalled?
I
Because if he shoots fire as
wasn't
part of
watching
his
close enough
recall,
to know.
that's fucking OP. You could bait people with that. But I think it was just running still.
Is that the play? Like in lane, you channel recall, which will start the flamethrower animation.
Yeah, and then you
How
can
do you
pretend like
leverage
it's on
that?
cooldown. Like some people initiate during that time. I don't know. Like it's probably not as big as it should be, but like I think the animation was just continuing to play while he was recalling is what was happening.
Probably.
Um, anyway, it's 18 to 10 in favor of Seaflow. They've continued to just split apart this map. Cardinals is separated bottom. He's got teleport available. There's a Baron spawning in a minute 30, which should help give us some clarity on the end of this game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. That was high quality analysis.
that's what they pay me for. They don't pay me. I wish I got paid. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Could use it, seeing as I just bought this hole that you sink money into. But I own it, so that's nice. Cardinals is forced to flash away. Dark Senpai and Jadu were looking for the convergence. They do invest the Aatrox ultimate, but it's not a huge cooldown, so I don't think they'll be super disappointed with that trade.
Yeah, a little bit lower than the set flash, so we'll see if they're able to take advantage of it. Set with no flash means that Varus a little bit more safe in team fights than he otherwise might be.
Yeah,
But
UNSC trying to look like he's solo clearing. Saw Dyslexic and Cockman Suda just trying to play the distance there. They're going to throw in with the Fate's Call. They're trying to jump on. They do jump on successfully. Way he's got nowhere to go. Is he? Yeah, they're not even going to use the Taric ultimate to try to save him and get him out. Just another pick for Cosmic Flow, and 17 seconds before Baron spawns. That looks like it'll should be the nail in the coffin of Mr. Nasher.
yeah, it should be pretty free for them here. Gonna be able to secure that, and we'll see how much they're able to get off of it. A couple outer turrets still left on the map. It's gonna be a dragon here in a minute. Do you think they're gonna recall, or do you think that they're just gonna like putz around on the map for a minute and then grab dragon and waste Farron? What do you think?
I think that this is a no-win situation for anybody, so I don't even want to bet.
What do you mean?
Looks like they're going to recall.
They're resetting. They're 5-head gamers.
Oh, well, not UNSC. He's
Uh,
gonna go be a bear in his jungle
he's
for a while.
he's Volibear. Volibear doesn't need
Yeah,
money.
if he shits in the woods, does anybody notice?
Yeah, is that is that the
Really? I'm
thing?
pretty sure that's the saying. I don't know. He didn't even take a camp. He just went into his jungle and recalled. Or did he take romp? Maybe he took
He
romp.
just really had to shit. You can't shit in base. He's a bear.
It's like a fountain. Like you'd have the spray and like oh, that seems
Yeah,
like a
is
bad
that like
place
the bidet?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Well, that's where you would go after you shit, right? You don't want to shit into a bidet.
I mean, if you're only going back like a couple times a game, what does it matter, right?
Are you saying that you would shit in a bidet?
It's somebody else's job to clean up. I'm not saying I wouldn't.
That's his home. That's his base. You think he's just gonna?
You think Volibear lives there, like in between games?
I mean, it's his base.
I mean, I guess they're like sacrificing their lives to defend that Nexus. I mean, maybe it has some sort of intrinsic value. I don't really know. I need some.
If the minions live there, then that'd just be rude. I think, frankly.
Maybe they're there just to clean up the bear shit.
Yeah. Is that what they're actually doing? Is they're just trying to cart the bear shit into the opponent's base? Is that the lore?
Um, as a side note, so used to live in Colorado, and we'd have bears occasionally, who'd come shit in our garden. That that stuff, it's very full of berries. Like they apparently don't really process the berries that they eat. Um, just all comes out.
What kind
Anyway,
of bears?
that's more information than you probably wanted about bear shit. So
Was it black bears or?
yeah, black bears. Cardinals is getting collapsed on, but he's got UNSC in hot pursuit. lot of abilities going off, but Jadu able to retreat to the Lamb's Respite. A lot of those invulnerability ults being used. Black Salt goes invulnerable as well. Everybody golden for the time being. Kakmansuda still doing damage on the outside. UNSC is fine thanks to the heal. The teleport in, and Cardinals is ready to rejoin the fray after successfully living through the Jadu Dark Senpai assault. And Cosmic Flow continues assailing the base. They've got a 10,000 gold lead, and I don't know that they can really be stopped right now by Team Gap Blue.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult, especially since they don't have the
Oh,
Lamb's Respite. Oh, and they don't have a Lamb either.
yeah.
Cosmic Flow just taking the victory march here, so strong, forcing out the defensive tools from Team Blue, who just aren't able to get much off of it.
Yeah, and even able to match them with their own. I really liked the stall from Black Salt to kind of equalize the stall and make sure that they're continuing to stay engaged in the fight. Uh, yeah, it was a really well played team fight by Cosmic Flow, and they reaped the benefits. They got both of the Nexus towers. They got both 2 inhibitors, and maybe an extra tower on the top of that.
Yeah, everything pretty much theirs for the taking, and with the naked Nexus left, it's gonna be really difficult for Team Gap Blue. They just aren't allowed to leave their base, because if you do, you might end up with a Swain or a Set in your base, just kind of wailing on your Nexus. Or Volver shitting in your Nexus.
True. The worst outcome. That's like the bad ending of the movie that we're watching,
Yeah.
or the video game we're playing, I guess. Because movies don't have multiple endings. I don't know why I said that.
Some movies do. Clue has multiple endings.
How does that work?
So there were multiple theater releases with like different endings, with like 3 different endings. And then the DVD just kind of has them all play back to back. Like has one ending, and then it like stops and says, or it could have happened like this.
Oh,
Um,
that's so
it's very funny
you don't actually get like the payoff of knowing who actually did it though. It's just
well, you just get the payoff
this
3
could have
different
happened.
times.
But is it? That's not the same as like
I think one
having
of
an
them is
ultimate canon
technically
ending.
canon.
Okay.
I think so. I haven't watched it in years. It's a funny movie though.
They look for an engage. Dyslexic, well, is very low, but they're going to catch Psycho Koala and just take him down. He has Cosmic Radiance available,
Aww.
but now there's the Lamb's Respite. They're trying to drag the Lamb back out of it. It's a double kill for Black Salt as they continue to chase into the base. I am Way with his attack speed. Varus won't be able to do anything. It's a triple kill for Black Salt, and they'll finish off the Nexus at 35 minutes.
Pretty controlled game there by Cosmic Flow. Got everything that they wanted and just played really well around their power spikes. A lot of it was in that dragon fight where they sort of forced the poor sequencing of ultimates from Team Gap Blue and just didn't let go from that.
Yeah, so we'll take just a small break. We'll be back with game number 2 between Cosmic Flow and Team Gap Blue. We'll see if the Team Gap goes 0-4 last weekend. Last weekend, last week, last Thursday.
Last time.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly. Wait, this is spicy. I didn't know Michael was a Gwen gamer.
It's no Gwendy's. It's a
Uh,
Black
what?
Salt.
What?
Black Salt. I like
Black.
it.
Black. Gwen.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to come up with like I don't know. I'm trying to come up with some way to fit it in, and there's a distinct lack of letters shared between Gwen and Black Salt, which makes it much more difficult.
I like Quack Salt. That's not bad.
I could see it. I could see it. It's very similar to Quack Salt,
Yeah.
which is similar to Bath Salt. So I like it less now.
You dislike things immediately by association.
I think that sometimes it can leave a bad taste in your mouth. Like I imagine
Bath salt
bath
would,
salt
yeah.
would leave a bad taste.
I I'm so sorry about this stream, everybody. Oh my god, we're so off the rails at this point. I've apparently also dropped 644 frames, so that's thank you, Xfinity. Um,
Well, so 644 frames over the course of a
two
hour
hour,
and a half,
yeah,
2 hour
we're at
stream.
0.3% of frames dropped, but they still happen. So
Uh-huh. Did you have to change your bit rate?
I did. I had to turn it down just a little bit. I might have to turn it down just a little bit more for that stable, smooth 720p 30 FPS.
Poggers.
I also don't know that that would happen because what seems to happen from the little bit that I've been able to watch on my phone is, sometimes you just pay for 1,000 up, 300 or 1,000 down, 300 up, and then they give you um, 75 and two. So, you know,
Hmm. Yeah.
um, and then a lot of times you ask about it. You're like, hey, what's going on with the internet? And then miraculously, as soon as you open a connection with them, your internet gets better. And I'm not saying that that happens every single time, and it's really strange, but it does. So
As
yeah.
somebody who worked quite a while as the customer service representative at ISP, I feel ya. I feel ya.
But it feels like more than a coincidence with Xfinity that the more you bitch, the more they give you for a little bit, and then as soon as you're off the line, they turn it off again. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Do
very
you think that
strange.
that's something that they actually do? Like, there's no fucking way, right? There's actually just no way
I
that's
think that
actually how it works.
something about them actually making the connection like prioritizes it in their bandwidth, and it moves you up to the top of whatever like tube you're in, essentially.
Do you think so?
I I'm pretty sure. Like at this point, so we used to have Time Warner, which is basically the same company as far as I'm concerned. And even before that, we had Comcast, but it's been literally identical every single time. Is you have this issue for hours and hours. You call them, it as soon as they connect to it, it starts to resolve because they just do the thing basically
Hmm.
to move you to the top of the bandwidth order. I guess I'm not really sure. Maybe it's conspiratorial, but like I'm pretty sure it'll come out like 15 years down the road, and I'll just be like, aha, I knew it. Although I'll be like 45, so I won't be quite that curmudgeonly. But anyway, let's
You
look at
don't
this
think
game.
so?
I hope not in
What's the
15
point of
years.
being 45 if you're not allowed to be curmudgeonly?
Um, I mean, I just don't want to be that way. I have higher goals to aspire to. All right. Do you have it loaded up? Are we
Yep,
ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Um, I don't want to interrupt the discussion. We can have it again. I just wanted to get going so that I could eat
Yeah?
dinner and go to bed.
So,
It's
no,
kind of
I feel you.
selfish
I
of me,
feel you.
but on the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars to match their name for this game, is Team Gap Blue. Jadu in the top lane playing Scion, Dark Senpai in the jungle playing Nocturne, Gundam Legolas in the mid lane playing Lissandra, and I Am Way and Psycho Koala in the bottom lane playing Sivir Leona. I have to sneeze, I'm sorry.
On the red side of the rift, we have Cosmic Flow looking to close this out after a pretty solid game, number one. Cardinal Sway Knights top lane on the Renekton, UNSC playing the Sejuani in the jungle. Black Salt playing Gwen mid, and then Cockman Suda and Dyslaics on the Kaisa and Thresh bottom lane. Um, yeah, this is the first time that Team Gap X has been on the side that their color, purported them to be. Um, so that's interesting. Do you think it'll change their luck? Are you still sneezing? All right. Well, Aaron died. You hate to see it.
I'm really sorry. So I had to sneeze, but then I couldn't, and then it
Uh
just
huh.
like just fucks up inside your sinus, and like I had to go find something to blow my nose on because I don't have anything at my desk.
Okay. Are you feeling better now?
I feel like I could at least cast a game of League of Legends, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know for sure though. We might just find out. I'm like 90% sure I'm just allergic to cottonwood, and like literally yesterday we drove through like it was almost like snow, the cottonwoods blowing off of the trees. It was kind of picturesque if you were into that sort of thing, but I'm not because
Uh-huh.
it makes me sneeze. So
Are you sure you're not already curmudgeonly? You know, you see the beauty of nature and you instantly are just like, no, not for me. I sneeze at that. I blow my nose in your general direction, Cottonwoods.
I mean potentially. Level two's hitting the bottom lane. Oh, the flay
Ooh,
out of the Zenith Blade though. That was really nice from Dyslexic, and everybody gonna return to their sides of the rift.
really well played by both sides. Sivir had a really good spell shield, and then of course the flay there from Dyslexic just sort of stopping the Leona right in her tracks. Means that, trade of cooldowns, but not a whole lot of trade in health bars there.
Yeah. I don't know if you talked at all about it. How do you feel about Gwen into Lissandra? That's kind of the spicy matchup, I think, for
Um,
everybody.
I mean, it sounds awful for Gwen, because don't you just get like shoved in and poked down, and then like later on in the game you aren't really able to team fight because you're just gonna get CC'd to hell and back? It doesn't sound like it's a fun matchup on paper,
Yeah.
but
I don't know that. Well, there's a lot happening. I didn't know if I needed to talk about it. It looks like I do because UNSC is hanging around mid on the Sejuani. There's another Sejuani in my game, which I'm not super happy about, but you know, we'll live.
yeah,
Maybe it's a
looks like
better pick
Gwen.
given the draft, but you never know.
Um, you have a lot of melee people.
Yeah.
Like melee's plus Sejuani's good, right? Because you can get multiple procs of her E.
Well, melee's plus Sejuani, there's a possibility that like a lot of the fast clearing junglers are banned, and she's technically one of the next tier. So, like, it could be really good. And I know UNSC plays the Sejuani quite a bit, so he's probably pretty comfortable on it. And you're
Hmm.
against Nocturne, so you actually don't get like super out farmed, just like a little out farmed.
I feel like you get out farmed, but you don't get out pressured, which
Yeah,
might be more important. Oh.
that's fair. That kind of sucks for Cardinals decimating Smash out of the Fog of War, but they're gonna look for it. Look at that passive stack up. There it is. I I sounded really sarcastic when I said that, but that was actually really quick and really clean for first blood, and that's what you want to see out of your Renekton Sejuani combo. Well,
Yeah,
this isn't what you want to see.
definitely.
Zombie
Oh.
Scion. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the champion's an abomination up there. Nearly getting the kill on Renekton. Walk away.
Oh,
Oh?
the teleport back in and they force him immediately to flash. Gonna get the stun up. I don't think they have enough damage to really power through that, but they got both of the summoner spells just now out of Jadu, and they'll get the shove in as well for Cardinals. That's a pretty favorable wave state for the Renekton.
Yeah, definitely. Is Sejuani a knight? Or is she just Nightbringer Cavalier?
Um, she's no, she's not a knight. There's no knight cavaliers.
Hmm. Well, it's kind of weird then that Cosmic Flow went for Sejuani plus Thresh. There's just a lack of synergy there. No Knight proc.
He's making TFT references for anybody who that's lost on.
I mean, you didn't laugh at my abomination joke, so I just,
I I
I
was
had to
gonna
cry.
I was gonna make a counter joke off of it, but like I couldn't think of like I was gonna joke about him getting items from another champion, but there's no other about that. I don't know, man.
Uh-huh.
I
No, I
just
feel you, I feel you.
it's like 8:30. I worked all day. I don't know. I'm tired.
Do you think that Sivir and Leona would be down to join a Witch's Coven?
I think we'll find out eventually in the lore. That doesn't sound inherently bad. Sivir's like only motivated by gold, right? So if the Witch's
Hmm.
Coven pays well, pretty much do
I
that.
think Sivir would be down for it. I don't think Leona would, though.
And then Leona's like already in basically a coven, so why not?
Well, she's in more of like a cult than a coven, right?
It's like the same thing.
Do you think so?
I mean, they burn all the heretics. Like, shit, that's pretty covenish, very cultish.
Do you think so? Do covens burn people? I think that covens are more often the burnies rather than the burners.
Yeah? I mean, I guess so. Probably
Do witches
statistically.
burn people?
I mean, probably. They
I
do
mean, I
like
feel like they curse people more often than
they curse people. They do like sacrifice shit. I don't know.
but usually the sacrifice is like, I don't know, like hair or flesh or, I don't think that they like directly kill people often. But I don't know.
I
Who's to say?
I mean, the Witch's Coven in Diablo kills people 100%. So if with that one sample size, that's Psycho Koala gets caught on a late back off of the dragon. Should have just backed with his
Oh, and
friend, and
Dyslexic
instead,
took it.
yeah, gonna die. Dyslexic gets the kill. So 2-0 for Cosmic Flow early on. About 1,000 gold lead for them.
Is there a witch's coven in Diablo?
Yeah,
Is
that's what
that
Mag.
Diablo 3 thing?
Yeah, Diablo 3. Yeah, Magda leads
Oh,
it.
I'd never played 3.
Never played Diablo 3? Alright,
No,
well.
just played 1
UNSC
and 2.
is invading Dark Senpai, which is a thing that's happening in this game. Um,
Oh, big trade there. Kakuya Suda already putting out quite a bit of damage here.
yeah, he's got the Hill of Blades to help stack up his Plasma passive. I don't know why I'm doing the analysis part. You can do the analysis part.
No, you
Go
were
ahead.
nailing it. How do you feel about mobility boots Leona running straight back to lane?
Um, sometimes you gotta protect your Sivir from herself. So
Okay.
I don't love it, but like sometimes you gotta.
And what is love?
I mean, baby, don't hurt me.
No way.
No way. That's not like an answer. I guess no one ever answers him during that song, which is sad. He just wants to know. And
Oh?
oh, Dark Senpai got it, which is a little bit lucky for him. Um, but it looks like Sejuani might actually just win this fight. That's kind of concerning. And Dark Senpai is gone. He's got Paranoia available, but he's got to use it defensively so the Gwen can't actually get onto him. That's like both a great and terrible usage of it. But now looking to collapse on the Black Salt, but he dashes back over the wall. UNSC is on the wrong side of life, but still has a little bit of health. He gets the smite, and I don't know what he's going to do now, because he is very dead. Way in the mid lane has to flash from the Flay. That was good time by him. Um,
Oh.
he, I don't know about investing his flash. Does he think he can get out here? Maybe he did up until then, but the ice shards from Gundam Legend is going to pick up the kill, the first one of the game for Team Gap Blue. Another good play by Dyslexic. He's got good timing on that.
Heckin' pro in the matchup. But a good roam up there from I Am Way, able to cut off the Sejuani. Even though Sejuani won the 1v1 with the Nocturne, can't win the 1v1 against Sivir at this point in the game, so pretty good, all things considered there for Team Gap Blue. Looks like Nocturne's gonna be on that Herald, has the Leona up there to back him up, so should be able to secure that. UNSC just went over the wall.
Yeah, he's just in, hits the eye,
Leona?
and he gets the steal. Does he actually get the eye? Is he tanky enough to deal with this? Gets the W through. He's gonna fall to Dark Senpai, but I think he got what he came for. Honestly, like that's pretty good return.
I have so many questions. UNSC just blind went straight over that wall. Nocturne just walked away. Leona just walked away. It just seemed kind of strange. Oh, but
Oh my god, that was a lot more damage than I was expecting. And Cockman Suda and Dyslexic get a kill in the bottom lane on the way. In the top lane, though, Cardinals taking a little bit worse, but Jadu is out of mana now, so that's probably not going to matter. Black Salt has to dash back out of his little hollowed mist safety, going through, trying to kite through. He's got a lot of damage. He turns it back around, finds the turn, the snip for the double kill for Black Salt.
yeah, and that just gets turned around there as disaster for Team Gap Blue. Oh,
Oh, Paranoia in on to Gwen, but I don't know about that target selection,
the,
and now that's two
the,
Paranoias used for essentially nothing.
the issue is with this CDR boot build, you don't deal damage by yourself. It gets you more ultimates off quicker, more quickly. But you kind of need the backup of your team, and you aren't really able to do things on your own. So Yeah, it's two Nocturne ults just have not gotten anything out of it, which not crazy about. Not what you're hoping for when you lock in Nocturne. Oh, Gundam. Ooh,
Ooh, Fancy Feet has the side steps, has the Winter's Claw. I think that might be right.
fancy feet. Winter's Claw. That
Wombo
ain't
combo.
Falco.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dragon spawning here. Means we might see a. Ooh. Say we're going for a cheeky pick there. Not gonna find. Yeah.
I like
Scuttle
that
crab.
she's demonstrating the full lethality Sivir. I've been talking about this for weeks, and now we finally see the full thing come to fruition.
There's a distinct lack of lethality though in her inventory,
Yeah,
which makes me hard to believe that it's lethality Sivir. How can we know that's not just Merman a crit Sivir?
I mean, I guess so at this point. Sure, I'll give
What
you
what
that.
if that's an Essence Reaver?
I'm gonna be kind of upset, but like, yeah, I mean, it could be.
Dyslexic was upset at Kakensu to taking the minion right in front of him, so he had to throw the hook out, let him know.
Yeah,
Oh,
Cockman Suda gonna try to let I am Way know. Hits him with the auto. Just doesn't quite have enough damage right now. Maybe a hook would have helped to help CC him. Lot collapsing though onto Black Salt. They're looking to try to turn this one back around. UNSC able to scrap that one out. They get one kill. They get two. Black Salt's still alive. The snip snip. The damage, the ignite is more than enough to take him down though. But it's 3 kills for Cosmic Flow in the mid lane and in the bottom going their way as well. Top lane not though. Jadu doing pretty well against Cardinals.
yeah, and that's just a distinct lack of damage coming out of the trio there. Nocturne and Lissandra, especially with the CDR boot rush, Nocturne just not doing enough, and then the Ignite just coming down way too late means that Black Salt is able to use the Rift Maker to just sustain through it and trade back the kills. Now 4-1-1 on this Gwen, having a very good game so far.
That was a little unlucky for Cockman Suda and Dyslexic. They almost got that last plate. It was one auto away, and then it timed out.
Yeah, it's sad.
But yeah, 4,000 gold lead for them. They're very firmly in control of this game.
And definitely. Oh,
Oh, UNSC
you're gonna
looking for the
see.
pick. He actually doesn't have the ult, so this is just a dash forward angle with that winner's assault, and not quite going to connect there onto Gundam Legolas.
This turret is very low though, so anytime they want to, Cosmic Flow could pressure that, try and pick up that first turret there in the mid lane, though to be fair, top lane turret also very
Oh,
low.
Psycho
Lots of
Koala
options.
peeks out there. Maybe going to give chase. Has the blast con though.
Psycho Mantis? Oh. Oh no, the collapse. Gundam Legolas had the angle but didn't want to commit to it.
Yeah, just a lot of really tentative looks at CC and picks. No one seems to want to overcommit, which is fair. I mean, I don't necessarily blame them. I was trying to think of something to answer Psycho Mantis with, but I can't remember the Nuki video, and that's all of the connection I have to Metal Gear Solid. Anyway, Dark Senpai goes in with the paranoia, and he's forced underneath the turret thanks to the flash and the dash of Cockman Suda, and instead looks a little worse there for Team Gap Blue.
Yeah, and that's, third Nocturne ultimate, third whiff. At least this time he didn't end up dying for it, but is that third or fourth? It's not, it wasn't, just didn't
Yeah,
quite.
it didn't work. There's been a couple.
Do they walk up? Do they wait for the wave, or do they just walk up and take the turret?
They get the hook onto Psycho Koala. In comes the unstoppable onslaught
Ooh.
from Jadu. Black Salt trying to tank it up, but he gets hit by the decimating smash, and that'll be enough for him. A shutdown going to Scion, unfortunately. But
Slick little sidestep there by Black Salt on the Scion ultimate, but not quite able to make his way out. Didn't have enough damage or enough sustain to actually win the 1v2 there. But that's a bright spot for Team Gap Blue. A good roam there by Jadu, getting himself into the game, getting himself involved. As so far these top laners have been a little isolated.
yeah,
Oh, Rift Herald might be a point of contention here. Did Nocturne just walk by Sejuani doing Rift? He's just recalling on a pink? You
Yo, that
know,
man just
sometimes it be that way.
walk up slowly and down smash. Oh, what was that? Did they think he was recalling in the bush after clearing the pink? I guess I could see
Maybe?
that one. I'll give benefit of the doubt to you as an SC on that one. But
After the last 20 seconds of play from Nocturne, I'd buy it too.
I feel like my brain's melting out of my ears. I don't know if that's just like a collective experience or if it's just me.
Is that usually what happens when your brain melts out of your ears? You start making Smash references?
Yeah, honestly, like that, it defaults to like a primal instinct, and in there is just like Smash references and memes. So
Sounds about right. That's respectable. Oh? You
yeah,
want to see?
another paranoia coming in. He gets a little bit of damage down. He got a kill. He got the shutdown. Dark Senpai just tearing through, and it's a double kill for the Nocturne. Unfortunately, Dyslexic finds the counter one again with the ignite, and he's going to be caught and eventually dragged down as well. They're trying to give it over to a carry. He's got the
Oh?
flash. Can he actually get out? Does he have anywhere to run to? It doesn't look like it. Oh, the
Oh.
boomerang blade just clips him for the kill. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Jadu and Black Salt. Black Salt wins that fight. I don't think he lives through this because Zombie Scion is pretty fast. Oh, he's got another dash. The claw? Oh, well,
Oh.
sometimes you gotta do it to him.
Yeah, but no, the Nocturne, once he got the lethality item, was able to finish off the Duskblade and suddenly has enough damage to be able to pressure.
Ooh, Cardinal's
Cardinal,
popping his ult. He's going in, gets the stun down on early spell shield from Wei, and the Croc is big. He's tearing through. He finds one kill. No dragon for them today, sir, as Cardinals goes in the 1v2.
and he's just too strong, the big crocodile, able to take advantage of Wei just popping the spell shield a little bit too early. Really well played there by Cardinals, and that means that second dragon of the game for Cosmic Flow. You know, so get that stacking up. Though they did end up trading turret on the top side of the map. Gundam taking advantage of being able to clean up that kill onto Black Salt and, you know, get an objective off of it. Even up the gold lead just a little bit. Nocturne ult's available again. Dyslexic was a little far up all alone, but looks like Team Gap Blue just didn't quite want to pull the trigger on it.
Was that the first Lissandra ultimate we've seen this game? I mean, maybe he
Um,
let off some
I
fights in
think,
mid lane, but
yeah,
really didn't see it.
the gank mid, he used it.
It feels like that we should see that setup more often for Dark Senpai. I don't know. That just seems like it should
I think the
auto
issue is
confirm a
that
kill. But
your double CDR boot rush
well,
duo there.
going in, just Nocturne against Gwen. I'm pretty sure Black Salt just wins this if he's able to kite it out. Oh, the flash from Dark Senpai is actually enough. The 1v1 goes to the Nocturne. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Hook in mid lane is Jadu being a little overconfident. Just going to take about half of his health for his trouble, but Black Salt and Cockman Suda not feeling super healthy either. Hook into Wei, gets spell shielded. Cardinals is just pushing bottom lane right now. He's got his teleport available if they can find an angle in for him. Do they want to fight over this turret? It looks like Team Gap Blue is just going to kind of force their way in right now. Maybe stalling for Black Salt's teleport. 8 seconds on him, but they'll nuke this minion wave successfully.
yeah, able to hold it off, but Team Cat Blue is committing a lot of resources. They have all 5 members here mid. They don't have the paranoia though, so Nocturne not doing a whole lot. Cardinals looking for the flank.
Yeah, Cardinals looking for the flank, but they don't have Cockman Suda. They don't have Black Salt, and that's pretty much their entire damage. So they need to be careful about that, and they're going to very slowly give up this mid lane tower on the siege.
Yeah. So evening up the turret score here. And the gold lead now just 500 gold, 600 in favor of Cosmic Flow. So a good few minutes here from Team Gap Blue sort of getting a foothold back into this game, you know, and a lot of it's just off of that power spike from Nocturne, finishing up the Duskblade. You know, the ultimate just becomes a little bit more potent. He's gotten 3 kills on the last 2 ults. Dyslexic getting pushed off the pink
Yeah.
ward. You hate to see it.
Yeah,
He didn't have
Wei
the homies to back him up.
Wei has the completed Mura mana, plus a serrated Dirk in his inventory, so he's actually relatively strong, although I guess quite a bit weaker than Kakumatsu, who has 2 completed items and is basically just, you know, end game
So,
on Kaisa at this point. But ooh, the
oh,
attempted sidestep on some of the Gwen damage sidesteps him into the Sejuani ultimate, but the teleport's coming in from Jadu and Cardinals finishes off Gundam. Jadu gonna get stunned up. Do they actually have the damage to power through? It doesn't look like it with Psycho Koala looking to turn. In comes the Paranoia IM-Way on the hunt as well. They're kiting back through. They'll finish off UNSC. Kakmansuda trying to kite back out of the top of the fight. Dyslexic is there for him, but he'll take the Blast Cone out. And Cardinals is I don't know if he's trapped. It's a 3v3 right now, just straight up. Cardinals walking in. Koala going to jump onto the backline. Cockman Suda just trying to kite back out. More damage coming through. Psycho Koala is isolated completely.
oh,
Meanwhile, Cardinals is
what?
just solo killed the ADC on the back end of the fight with Jadu on him. A double kill for Cockman Suda on the end of that one. But somehow Cardinals, I don't know what happened there. The Renekton just tore through the Scion and the Sivir.
Yeah, I wish that the directed camera showed us that instead of, Cockman Student Dyslexic 2v1ing the Leona. Somehow in the 1v2, Cardinals able to come out on top, pick up the kill, and kite out enough to get away with his life. Really well played there. And the bright spot every single one of these fights, the last couple, has been Dark Senpai. Every time he ults, it gets a little bit scarier for Cosmic Flow. He's able to pick up some kills, but in the extended fight, Cosmic Flow is just, everything's coming up their way. Able to pick up the kills there, and the game's still extremely close, but they're pretty strong. Dragon spawning here shortly. Maybe we'll see the first straight up team fight and see who comes out on top.
Yeah, Dyslexic gonna grab some vision. It looks like Seaflow gonna be in control of the pit to start off with. Gundam is taking kind of a late recall here, but he does have teleport to join the boys. He gets the Zanyas. That's actually pretty big. So now he's got the double invulnerability with his self-cast if he wants it, or he can, say fuck you to somebody and then save himself. It's a great item on Lysandra, is basically what I'm trying to say. Meanwhile, the Collector also finished off for the Nocturne. Those are going to be big things to watch. Is Black Salt just trying to stall a little bit with the Hollowed Mist. Jadu on the front line. A lot of abilities being popped. In comes the Paranoia into the back line. He'll take down Cockman Suda on the backside. But Cardinals is trying to peel for his 1080 carry. They'll finish off 2 on the other side. Black Salt is just stalling, continuing to tear through Psycho Koala's low. It's a double kill for Cardinals, and it's patient team fighting from Cosmic Flow as they find another one. IM-Way falls on the backside, and it's an ace for Z-Flow.
Really well played there by Seaflow. They had the pressure. They were the first ones there. They had control of the pit, and the the DPS of Team Gap Blue just wasn't quite able to get into position to actually be able to help out in that team fight. Yeah, I liked what Black Salt did in that fight, using the W to just sort of create space. Decide on his own territory that Team Gap Blue was not allowed to enter into, not allowed to contest, and able to pick up the dragon there, as well as this Baron. So, Cosmic Flow start blowing the game open there.
Yeah, I like that Cockman Suda walked all the way over to hit a Void Seeker. Just make sure that he knows, his teammates know that he's helping out.
He's got to complete the quest, assist in killing Baron Nashor.
You gotta get your Eternals.
True. True. Flow took the reset. You love to see it. We'll see how much they're able to get off of this. Do you think they set up in a 1-3-1 probably? Necton and Gwen in side lanes? It's a little bit scary against Lysandra Nocturne. There's a lot of collapse opportunities.
Yeah, or just, you don't even need to collapse. You can just straight up from a long range just go at people, even with the Scion as well. Kind
For sure.
same idea, but 6,000 gold lead for Seaflow. They're feeling pretty confident. They're just kind of boldly venturing into the jungle while these side lanes slowly push up.
Yeah, and it looks like they're giving up on the 1-3-1 for now. Well, I take it back. They came down to give Black Salt the assistance, and he told him, "No, I'm good. You can go ahead and head back mid," and they
Oh, they're
left him
gonna look for
alone.
the engage onto Black Salt. The ultimate there from Lissandra very late, but it's enough CC as they eventually take him down. Dark Senpai now kiting back away. The teleport invested from Cardinals just to try to turn this one back around. The counter teleport toward mid lane, it looks like, as they do finally take down Dark Senpai. But now Kakme and Suda maybe in a little bit of trouble. On the hunt popped as they're looking to chase down the Kaisa. A lot of damage there from IMWay. He'll dive back in and gets a lot of
Ooh.
healing, but it just doesn't matter as he's eventually finished off by Psycho Koala.
Yeah, and kind of as prophesized, you set up in the 1-3-1 and the Nocturne immediately ults onto your side wave, and Gwen, no QSS and no cleanse, no Zanyas, means they're gonna just be able to be locked down there, and that's a stopped Baron right there. That's a lot of pressure off from the side of Seaflow. Um, yeah.
Yeah. Um, they're still pretty in control of this game, though. Still 6,000 gold lead. Mountain Soul about to come up for them potentially in 2 minutes. So, still not feeling super pressured. I think if you're a Seaflow fanatic out there, a Seaflow, what would the fan club be called?
Seaflonatics? Seaflonatics? Um, a Seaflan?
Yeah,
Um,
a sea flan.
could be.
Would that be like a slime monster?
Um, I don't get the reference.
Well, like in like Final Fantasy, just the regular like slime monsters are called flans. So if they were a
Are
sea
they?
flan, they'd be like a water flavored one.
I did not know that. Which Final Fantasy?
Most of them, I think.
Oh, well, I'm
Or
fucking idiot.
alternatively, flan is just a jelly, like colloquially. Like that's just a dessert. Anyway, they're trying to kill Cardinals, but um, he's got some sustain. He's got some tankiness. He's going to trade 1-for-1 as Black Salt now goes invulnerable with the rest of the squad, looking to find a counter hit for taking out their buddy Legulus into the Zanya's Hourglass, but that's just going to mean that he dies a little bit later. Cockman Suda is there. Nicely stalled there by Black Salt and Cardinals as they trade 1-for-2. And with the Dragon up in 90 seconds, or 90 seconds, 30 seconds, even this extra pick onto Jadu's gonna matter that much more. They have to be careful not to lose too much for it, though. Wei and Psycho Koala looking for this mid lane tower. Instead, they're going to look for the counter engage. The bot lane 2v2 at 30 minutes. Exactly what you were counting on. Cockman Suda, though, gets ripped through and torn apart by Wei. They're turning this back around on Dyslexic. Sion actually gets the execute in the base, so no gold going over to Seaflow in the meantime. And can they even do the dragon at this point? This might be a scary proposition with Paranoia potentially available for Dark Senpai.
Oh, but they've started it. They're on it.
Yeah, they're on it. Psycho Quallen Way trying to get on to it. It's smited away. So UNSC grabs the Mountain Soul. They get that big prize at the end. In comes the Paranoia as they have finished off the Sivir on the top side of the fight. Kiting away is Black Salt, but he gets stunned up. Dark Senpai is so low. Will UNSC be able to finish him off? There's the W, and it tracks him down. Black Salt now just chasing down the Leona on the top side, and Seaflow gets the big prizes at the end. They get the Mountain Soul and the extra kills.
Yeah, and Blue had seen a little bit of success with that collapse on the side lane. They thought that they could replicate it, but this time around, Seaflow was in position to counter it. In the extended fight, they pick up a couple kills, and then even though Cogman, Suda, and Dyslexic end up losing the 2v2, the rest of the Seaflow team able to just pressure enough to pick up that soul anyway, and now they're pushing in towards an inhibitor turret. Cardinals taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, they're just trying to delay for the rest of their squad to get there, but it's already too late for Cardinals. Oh, a big Sejuani ultimate onto Gundam Legulus. Does he actually have anything else to stall? It doesn't look like it's going to matter as UNSC forced to disengage. Black Salt and Cockman Suda forced off toward the top of the fight, and that's going to sacrifice Dyslexic to the Team Gap Blue Whims.
I like the rhyme there. That was good.
Did I rhyme? It wasn't intentional.
Yeah, you said to the sea gap blue. Yeah, there was a rhyme in there.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Baron gonna get started up by Team Gap Blue, and can Seaflow actually respond? Do they need to? This is not going particularly quickly. Voidseeker going to let... Oh, Cockmansuda gets spotted, though. And Psycho Koala immediately onto him. The Kaisa trying to kite back away, but now he's got Black Salt in his back pocket. In comes UNSC as well, just swooping in. Cockmansuda is so low, being chased off by the Sejuani on the top of the fight. But doesn't matter, as the Sejuani and the Gwen are actually super strong. It's a triple kill for UNSC. Cardinals is... I don't know what this fight is. This is a little silly. Um, but yeah,
Cardinals
now
able
they're...
to come out on top in the 1v1. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's an
no.
ace for Seaflow. All of the drama was gone, unfortunately, but Seaflow grabs the ace, and they'll be able to get this Baron. Um,
Yeah, the duo here of Black Salt and UNSC, the Gwen Sejuani doing so much work, able to get in there and make sure that Cockman Suda did not die in vain. Uh, it's the same duo that ended up playing out that dragon fight. They've just been monsters this game. You
that's
can
like the
take a peek at their scores.
I feel so bad for Cockman Suda. That's like the third or fourth fight this game where we've just watched a Leona or a Scion walk at him, and he can do nothing about it, and the rest of the team is just otherwise occupied from doing anything. It's been a rough game to be a Kaisa, but
Yeah.
hanging in there, 5-5-5. It's respectable.
5-5-5 and like still has 5 completed items is still a pretty strong boy.
Yeah.
A full item ahead of the Sivir. Definitely if he does get left alone in a fight is not a force to be uh left alone is a force to be reckoned with. I just kind of got caught in between two sayings and
Yeah, sometimes you just
it
mix your
didn't go well.
metaphors. It happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. That makes me feel better. As we see another collapse on the Cardinals, the replay from a few minutes ago, but
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's happening, but UNSC is going to find another good ultimate on the Gundam Legolas. He's trying to buy time, but it just doesn't matter as Black Salt's able to take him down. The bot lane isn't even here yet. 1-for-1 though, but now in comes... Oh, they immediately jump onto the Kaisa. Cockmansuda trying to kite back out of the fight, but the health bar is just not there for Team Gap Blue as... The Gwen is so big for Black Salt. In comes Cockmansuda. He wants revenge for earlier. He takes down the Nocturne, and now is trying to chase down I Am Way. Not going to be able to find it, but this looks like it should be the death push now for Seaflow.
yeah, they have the wave coming in mid, and in a 4v1, it's kind of hard to see how Sivir would be able to come out on top here. So expect to see Seaflow just sort of secure it here. Pressuring up. Ooh, the
Oh,
flash in.
yeah. A valiant effort there from I Am Way, but ultimately doesn't matter. It's a relatively clean 2-0 for Cosmic Flow, and now they're on the board for the season up to 1 and 2. So congratulations to them, and hopefully we'll get to see more of their games later on. That was a banger of a cast. I'm tired. We've dropped apparently 100 more frames during that game, so thank you again, Xfinity, for not sponsoring anything and also giving me shitty internet.
Tell them how you really feel.
I am not a fan of the company, but yeah, yeah. So that's gonna do it, and thanks guys for joining us today. We'll see you next time.
Bye.